Hi. Okay. Hey guys, you are welcome to today's YouTube live stream. I apologize in advance that you all cannot see my face, guys. It's a hassle over here. We're supposed to start exactly 5 minutes past three, but I was just struggling with my network connection. It's been crazy and it's still not that great. So I don't want to risk it by turning on my video so that it doesn't really look fuzzy. All right. So please just bear with me as we proceed with just my audio. Okay. I think I'll prefer this one so that we don't have any interruptions at all. And my sincerest apologies for us starting late, guys. It's not my fault. It's exhausting trying to work with this kind of network connection in Nigeria. It's a struggle. But anyways, we're here now and I'm super excited to be having you amazing people on here today. Thank you all so much for making our time off your busy schedules to join today's live stream. And I also understand that today's conversation is not going to be about the ex-BB Niger housemaid. Yes, and yeah, I mean, guys, there's a lot happening, and to be very honest, it could be exhausting keeping up with those housemates. And so I decided to while away my time with other interesting reality TV shows, yes, online. And I came across this particular one, Dubai Blings, on Netflix, and I have been in love with this particular show forever. And I finished watching all 8 episodes of it. And this is me watching it again. And guys, I love it. And I've been strongly recommending the show to a lot of you, and most of you that have, made our time to watch the show, you've been attested to the fact that the show is actually a hit. So on this live stream today, I'm just going to take out short time to analyze the cast of the show. All right. And as usual, I want to encourage you guys, if you have anything to say, to contribute, or you want to also analyze about the cast members of the show, feel free to, share your thoughts in the comment section, or when I drop the link to the virtual conversation, you can as well click on it and also speak your mind. All right. So we're going to start with let me see. I'm trying to do this in a very, very interesting way. So we're gonna start with DJ Bliss. Oh, before I even get into the cast analysis, I think I'm actually giving you guys a sum up of what the show is all about. The show is based in Dubai, and I saw someone drop a comment on my community tab. I think this morning, person was like, "Oh, Dubai has banned over 20 African countries from coming to Dubai. So why are you talking about their show?" And guys, I found that to be really weird, to be honest, because I'm trying to find the link between a country, putting out such restrictions, such travel, or is it immigration restrictions in other countries, and then other people are saying that, oh, so because of that, don't talk about their show. I don't understand. So I shouldn't be entertained anymore because Dubai put out restrictions on different African countries. Frankly speaking, I don't think that actually makes sense at all to me. But anyways, moving on. I've given a sum up, like a summary of what the show is all about. So for the benefit of those people that don't really know, I'm just going to do just a quick sum up again of the show. So the show is created in Dubai. The cast members are mostly, how do they call themselves? They call themselves Emiratis. Yes, they are mostly based in Dubai. Most of them are not originally born in Dubai or originally from Dubai. Most of them came into Dubai from other countries around the world, and there they made their fortune and decided to settle down, decided to become citizens of Dubai. So, in other words, most of the cast members, or should I say all of them, they are all wealthy. They make up the elite circle of Dubai, the Dubai high class circle. Yes, these people roll in money, these people swim in money, these people speak money, they close deals, they do whatsoever to live the most comfortable, the most lavish, and the most luxurious lifestyles. For them, if it's not luxury, then don't talk about it. If it's not luxury, don't bring it to them. So pretty much when you look at this group of individuals, they look like they have the best things going on for them. But then they also have what they call rich people problems, right? Rich people problems could be Oh, what do I wear next? Oh, why is this person looking at me in a weird way? Oh, why is this person talking about me? And so they get really petty, right? And that is what exactly makes up the show. Aside the producers of Dubai Bling showcasing the flamboyant and the luxurious lifestyles of these people, they also go ahead to show how they deal with friendships, relationships, how they deal with marriage, how they deal with spinsterhood, how they deal with being single. In fact, relationship of different dimensions. The show goes to portray how these group of individuals tend to deal with relationships like that in their lives. Yes. And of course, the drama, the pettiness. There's a lot of gossip. There's a lot of pettiness. There's a lot of savagery. Yes. And there's a lot of unfiltered moments on the show. And aside that as well, there are also very, very interesting concepts that they discuss on the show, which kind of drew my attention. The last review I did of episode 2 of the show, I talked about concepts like ageism. Thanks to David that provided that word. I didn't really know about that word ageism before. Yes, so there's a concept of ageism in the workplace. Yes, how the Arab community tends to want to discard um, older female media personalities and then take on the younger ones. Why? Because of this Gen Z mentality that the Gen Z are fresher and better at or better looking, than the older ones, especially for the female. Then there's also the concept of surrogacy, which was richly discussed. Yes. And that was where I got to understand for the first time that the Arab religion and the Arab community does not really entertain conversations around embracing surrogacy, especially if their women are very, very healthy and fit enough to, carry their own pregnancy and deliver their own babies. So interesting conversations like that. Oh, and then there's also the issue of most of these elites not really understanding the concept of influencing. Most of them, they made their money in real estate, most of them made their money in oil, most of them made their money in gold. I mean, there's so many diverse ways that these people make their money, and it's only very, very few of them that make their money off social media. And I think a lot of you here will agree with me that social media is more like the new found gold now. It's like the new way of making money. So most of these elites in Dubai, most of them, from what the show portrayed, they are still finding it kind of difficult to embrace this new concept of making money, even though social media now is kind of making millionaires and billionaires off influencers. For them, it's kind of young money, it's kind of fresh money, it's kind of wannabe money. It's not the actual real rich money, that the elite of their type will be talking about or even bragging about. So basically, guys, that's just the sum up of the show. It's very, very entertaining, very, very interesting. And I will always compare the show with other shows like The Real Housewives of Lagos, Real Housewives. In fact, if you are a fan of the Real Housewives franchise, then you would definitely, definitely love the show. Some people also say that if you've watched, is it Bling's? Oh my God, I'm trying to remember this particular one. This one is on Netflix as well, just as Dubai Blings is on Netflix. I can't really remember the name of that one, but it's also got blings in it. Yeah. So people say that if you are a fan of that one, yes, then you would definitely be a fan of Dubai Blings. So there you have it. There you have it. Oh yes, and thank you so much, Happy Endings. She's saying that there is also the issue of absent parents. Exactly. That was a very, very interesting aspect of the show as well. It goes to show you that um even adults, even though they are married, even though they have kids, even though they have a family of their own, they still haven't really gotten, most of them who were not really raised by their parents directly, still are suffering from the trauma, of not having their parents, bring them up. We had a case of that with LJ. So we're going to get into the cast analysis right now. And as I said before, if you would like to share your thoughts about it, please go ahead and click on the link once I share the link. And I'm seeing AY here. AY is saying, "Hi, Gloria. I started watching Dubai Blings and it's worse than the Real Housewives of Lagos." Exactly. The pressure on this show, it is worse. The pressure is insane, people wanting to measure up to the standard of their rich friends. it's interesting, it's mind blowing, it's also exhausting, to be very honest. Anyways, not to say too much, I don't want to give you guys all the spoilers, especially for those of you that have not really started keeping up with the show. Just go ahead and watch it. I want you to have your own experience, all right? Yeah, let's okay. Chris Ulu is saying the issue of sibling love is also touched on. Exactly. These are very, very interesting concepts that people don't really talk about every time. Yes. And I really love the way the show introduced those kind of concepts and kind of, ironed it out. Anyways, we're going to get into the cast analysis now. And guys, let me put the disclaimer out there that whatever I say about this cast members, it is how I see them. It's how I view them from watching the show, and thus it's my frank opinion. I'm sure that you also have your own frank opinion. Yes, thank you very much, Chris. Yes, I'm talking about Bling Empire on Netflix. Definitely, that's it. So there's been a lot of comparisons between Dubai Blings and Bling Empire. So if you've seen Bling Empire, then you'll definitely be interested in watching Dubai Blings. So we're gonna start. We're gonna start with the cast analysis. I'm gonna start with DJ Bliss. DJ Bliss. Okay, so DJ Bliss, what you can see on your screen right now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if that's estimated net worth is for real, because most of the time shows like this they just call figures, right? So I don't know, I'm not based in Dubai, so I don't know, I can't really say, but that is what the show estimates him to have. So basically DJ Bliss is classified amongst, no, not even amongst, he is classified as the wealthiest DJ in Dubai. They said that he has had a lot of collaborations with world renowned music artists, and he is doing amazingly well in this niche, that he is simply amazing. And to be very honest, even though I haven't really experienced his DJing skills, yes, from the little clips that we've seen on the show here and there, this guy is actually really good. He is really, really good. Yes. Now, he's not just a DJ, he's also an amazing husband to one of the other cast members, Danya. I'm going to come to Danya's character soon. All right. Now, why do I call him an amazing husband? He's an amazing husband because he's married to a woman that, in my frank opinion, has a lot of inferiority issues. Yes, I feel like he has this amazing way of shielding her and covering her and defending her, knowing fully well that the woman he is married to, she's very, very flawed. I mean, everybody is flawed, but Danya's own flawness, Abby, how do they call it? Yes, our own flaws. Oh my God, it's a lot. Like, Danya has issues overload, but I'm not jumping onto Danya right now. Yes, but still on DJ Bliss. DJ Bliss is an amazing husband. He's a good friend. He's a great friend. Very, very supportive, very, very loyal. Loyal in the sense that he would go to any extent to ensure that everybody around him is at peace, with themselves and with the people around him. His wife, Danya, had issues with different people on the show, and he tried his best out of respect and regard for the people in his circle to ensure that there was peace, between himself, his wife, and those people. Like, his wife would get into trouble, and you find him going ahead to apologize to those people on behalf of his wife. Now, however, in the light of all these amazing qualities for a husband, for a friend, for a man, one thing I don't really like about him, though, I just feel like DJ Bliss has this annoying way of turning a blind eye to issues. Yes. And because of that, issues tend to pile up. Yes, issues tend to pile up. Take for instance, he had a conversation with his wife Danya, I think in was it episode 3 or episode 4? During Valentine's Day, he gave her a gift, wrote her a beautiful song. The lyrics were about how amazing she is. Now for him, it was all about just giving his wife gifts. But then she was trying to have a conversation with him about him sweeping her feelings under the carpet. And this guy was just so dense, like, he just wasn't really understanding. He just wasn't even getting it. So for him, it's like, oh, because I'm a millionaire, because I'm popular, because I'm famous, I can give you gifts and that should take away all of your sorrows. And I'm like, bro, that is not how this life works. If your wife is not happy and her happiness is making her feel inferior to all of the other friends that you have in your circle, then both of you need therapy. You need therapy. You need to talk about it. You need to trash out your issues. But DJ Bliss is not, I'm sorry to use this word, but I don't think it's that emotionally intelligent and sensitive to his wife's feelings. And we do not see that play out only with his wife Danya. We also see that play out with his friend Ibrahim. He knows that his friend Ibrahim is very, very petty, very, very malicious, very, very savage, and very, very annoying, right? But then he covers Ibrahim's excesses with the words, oh, Ibrahim is very, very raw and blunt. Anything Ibrahim is thinking, that is how he opens his mouth and says it. And I'm like, bro, once again, that is not how this life works. When people around you tend to open their mouth and just blab anyhow without being sensitive to how other people feel, it is your duty as their friend to talk to them about it, to let them understand that life does not work that way. So I just feel like, in as much as he's an amazing person, fun loving, and I love the way he runs away from drama. Whenever there's a quarrel or there's a drama involving anybody at all, he's always like, okay, you know what, time out, I'm out of here, right? I love the way he avoids drama like a plague. But then, about him being emotionally sensitive, emotionally intelligent, I think he lacks that. And that has really affected his relationship with his wife. And that has kind of made his wife feel kind of like less, in the circle of all their wealthy friends. That's kind of made his wife feel really less. And remember, the wife is a YouTuber. She loves beauty and lifestyle. That's the kind of content she creates, right? So in a way, it feels like the wife feels like she's not really functional in his life. He's got all of that fame, all of that money, and all of that recognition, with world renowned music artists. And because of that, he doesn't really talk to his wife that much. Both of them don't really have heart to heart conversations like that. For him, oh, whatever my wife needs, I just buy it. And that's that for him. So yeah, that's my opinion about him. Now, moving on to the next cast member, Ibrahim. Okay, guys, Ibrahim is coming after DJ Bliss. First, because both of them, they are paddies, they are best friends. And secondly, because in as much as Ibrahim is like a pain in my butt, Ibrahim is also like one of my favorite cast members. Talk about that one person that brings a truckload of drama. Yes, Ibrahim is that one person. Ibrahim brings so much drama to the show. The way he talks, his confessionals are simply the best for me. I enjoy thoroughly watching Ibrahim's confessionals. This guy is crazy. He's petty as hell. And guys, let me just ask you all the question. Am I the only person suspecting that Ibrahim belongs to the LGBTQ community? Am I the only person that's suspecting that Ibrahim does not really genuinely need a wife, a female wife, to settle down with? Because from all indications, from all what I'm seeing, guys, Ibrahim is giving me vibes that he's not really into women. But then we're going to find out. All right, we're going to find out. This is just me suspecting from all the flags that I've been seeing on the show. Yes. And yeah, Julius Peters, you are correct. Julius Peters is saying that Ibrahim likes to be noticed by others about business. Yeah. So anyways, let me continue. Ibrahim is a businessman. I mean, he proudly deems himself as a businessman. According to the estimated net worth you're seeing here, it says that he is worth $50 million. Once again, guys, I cannot attest to these figures as a fact. All right. It is whatever we get online about these people that we're just going to rely on for now. Okay. We don't know what's actually in their bank account. Anyways, Ibrahim is a businessman, as he proclaims himself to be, a proud businessman. He's renowned in Dubai. At least the newspapers have carried him. The magazines have featured him as well. And he's got a coffee business, coffee shops as well. And he also has a flower business. And guys, about his flower business, I can attest to it as a fact that Ibrahim is really good at what he does. About the coffee business, I don't know. I've never tasted his coffee, yes. But Ibrahim prides himself in being a good businessman. According to him, whenever he's seated on the table, he signs deals. But ladies and gentlemen, from most of what we saw on the show, whenever Ibrahim is seated on the table, Ibrahim is ironing out gossips. Ibrahim is either dishing out gossip or receiving gossip. Ibrahim is petty as hell. However, he's a very, very loyal friend. He's a loyal friend. All right. Okay. Kris is saying, Ibrahim did say his company is worth $90 million. Oh shit, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. Letitia is saying Ibrahim and his mom. Ladies and gentlemen, for the time being, Ibrahim's mom is his official girlfriend. Yes, Ibrahim's mom is like his little handbag. Anywhere he goes, he takes his mom. According to him, he loves his mom to death. However, Ibrahim's mom is on a lifelong assignment. I call it lifelong because it's going to take a while, probably. Yeah. So she's on assignment to get Ibrahim married as soon as possible. But for Ibrahim, he's not really impressed by the females that the mom has introduced to him so far. Anyways, what is Ibrahim's role on the show? Ibrahim is a friend to all. However, he has a selected few that he is very, very loyal to. Ibrahim is best friends with Danya, Farhana, and DJ Bliss, and he is extremely loyal to those three people I mentioned. Yes. Now, on the show, Ibrahim is that one person that cannot sit on a table and hear people talk about his people that he's loyal to and then keep quiet about it. Hell no. Now, I'll give you guys a very, very interesting scenario. Yes, in episode 2, there was a conversation about Farhana. I already reviewed that episode. If you haven't seen it, please go ahead and catch up on it, all right? So, there was a conversation about Farhana. And guys, this conversation, if we are being very honest with ourselves, this is a sentiment that Zeina, right? I'm going to talk about Zeina's personality soon. This is a sentiment that one of the cast members, Zeina, felt about Farhana. Farhana is the influencer, the social media influencer of the show, right? So Zeina was not comfortable and is a very, very private person and has never really been comfortable being at gatherings or at events where there's a lot of cameras and paparazzis and people doing videos, stories, creating social media content. She's a very, very private person, right? And that kind of attitude to socializing, I know for a fact that it is very, very popular amongst wealthy people. They like keeping their private things private. So Ibrahim was there, and this guy was busy throwing shades at his so-called best friend Farhana. And then before we knew it, Ibrahim stood up from the table, picked up his phone, and called Farhana straight up and told Farhana everything that was being discussed about her. And guys, it wasn't like they were actually insulting Farhana like directly, like, oh, Farhana is this and that. No. This was something that they had actually said to Farhana's face, right? But Ibrahim just felt like, okay, me too, I've thrown shade at my friend. And I feel like one way or the other, my friend is going to hear about what has been said and my own role in it. And this guy goes ahead, spills everything to Farhana, and then also lies that he's having her back. You know, if you ever feel the need for someone to protect you, to have your back, I, Ibrahim, I have your back. And then he was now praising Danya. Oh, Danya was fighting for him because obviously Danya was actually, you know, fighting for Farhana, making a case for Farhana. So, guys, I just feel like Ibrahim is two-faced on the show. I feel like he's two-faced, yes, because how can you contribute to that, let me call it gossip now, about your friend Farhana, and then knowing fully well what you've done, you even threw shade at Farhana saying that, oh, maybe me being a millionaire, I have to go ahead and marry Farhana, you know, so that she can also be a millionaire. Because those ones were saying that, oh, Farhana is always doing things, you know, sponsored events, so they don't know if whatever she has is sponsored or really owned by her. You know, so I just feel like Ibrahim is two-faced, but I love, love, love the drama he brings to the show. And I also love the fact that Ibrahim, he does not fear anybody. Like, for him, whatever he says behind your back, he's going to look you in the face and he's going to say it to your face. Yes. Now, for the show, it's quite entertaining. It's quite exciting. But do I like people like that in real life? You know, people that they hear you say something, probably people are just saying it jokingly, and then they rush off to go and tell the people. Nah, I feel like those people are pot stirrers, they are shit starters, and people like that, they don't care about the consequences of their actions, but then they just want to play the role of the goody two shoes So I have this love-hate relationship with Ibrahim's personality on the show. I thoroughly love this guy's confessionals, as I said, but I feel like he just likes starting drama, and then you now do his face like he did not do anything at all. Anyways, moving on, Shay is saying that Ibrahim is just like Cain of Bling Empire. So I actually started Bling Empire and I haven't finished it. So I'm going to go ahead and continue with that one. Julius Peters said Ibrahim made a public apology which was not from his heart. You see what I'm talking about? That is the kind of drama that Ibrahim likes to start. He likes to paint himself as the saint to everybody in the room, right? But then during his confessionals, you see his devious little face, smiling deviously. And then he will say, well, he wanted to put the person on the spot. Anyways, there's a lot more to talk about Ibrahim, but we're going to talk about it, okay? Yeah, Aisha Salami said Ibrahim is not good. Okay, okay. Anyways, let's quickly move on to the next cast member. The next cast member is Farhana. Yes. Okay, so Farhana is the influencer of the group. Um, According to how the show put it, Farhana is one of the biggest influencers in Dubai. She is a single parent, separated from her husband. She has a 7-year-old son, I think. His name is Aiden, and she's a hustler. Farhana is a hustler. Every time you see Farhana, Farhana is creating content. Whatever she's wearing, she's creating content. And I think I explained this in my episode 2 review of the show that Farhana is one of those influencers that, thankfully for them, they've gotten a lot of sponsorships, they've gotten a lot of endorsements. So they tend to organize events almost every time so as to create content. And to be very honest, you can't really blame the likes of Farhana 100% because that is how she earns her living. That is how she makes her money. And remember, she has to fend for her son, right? But if you think about it, that is what I explained from the start of this live stream that most of the elites, not just in Dubai, but most wealthy people, if you notice, they tend to shy away from people who are influencers because those people are not really, really private 100%. They tend to want to create content with every single thing that is available in their life, right? And people that are very, very wealthy like that, they tend to want to hide their life from the public. They only want to show you what they want you to see, right? So Farhana is an influencer, a successful one at that. She's got over 1 million followers on Instagram and she's doing really great for herself. She's got a lot of endorsement here and there. However, Farhana is a very, very interesting person. When I say interesting, you could easily like Farhana and you could easily get irritated by Farhana. Yes. Now, why do I say this? Okay. So, first of all, on the show, it was Farhana's birthday month, and Farhana had already done 3 birthday parties to celebrate her birthday. And then she was doing the 4th one. And the truth is, people in a circle, they were already exhausted because they were like, okay, how many times does a human being celebrate their birthday? Now, for me, I would say there's absolutely nothing wrong in celebrating your birthday, even if you want to celebrate it 10 times in your birthday month, as far as you can actually afford it, and as far as you have loyal people who do not mind leaving everything important in their life to come out for you, right? So Farhana is lucky to have that. She's lucky to have people that are ready to come out and celebrate her, people that just want a good time, right? And also, she's also lucky because the whole party celebrations and most of the things that, you know, puts together the party, they are sponsored most of the time, right? There are brands that recognize that Farhana is a big deal in Dubai, and she's probably got a loyal fan base that patronizes this brand. So, according to Farhana, whenever she organizes events like that, she's got sponsors upon sponsors. According to what Zeina said, even the pillow on the chairs have sponsors. And I'm like, Father Lord, this is the kind of sponsorship that the kind and people like Gloria Elijah is looking for. If I have brands that want to be sponsoring even the scarf on my head, pray tell, why wouldn't I want to do it? So that is for Hannah making her own money. So because of all of these sponsorships and endorsements that she gets here and there, you find for Hannah constantly going out, going for events, even organizing her own events. However, The people in a circle, people like Safa, people like Zeina, even Ibrahim, in fact, all of them too, they are getting exhausted, right? Because it's all about lights, camera, and action. Now, how is Farhana irritating sometimes? Ladies and gentlemen, this is my frank opinion, okay? Now, Farhana had issues with LJ, and instead of her to sort out the issue directly with LJ, according to what LJ had actually explained, right? Farhana had gone ahead to spread the issue that happens between herself and LJ to other people, right? So for me, I felt like no, that is not really cool. If someone, not just someone, but your friend offends you, I mean, you owe it to that person to let them know. Maybe not immediately. Maybe you need time to heal from that hurt. Maybe later. Make sure you have that conversation with your friend, other than going around to spread the gist to other people, right? And then they start seeing that person as a bad person. So that was what happened between herself and LJ. Now she had done what she did, yes, and she was now expecting the likes of Ibrahim to be loyal to her because Ibrahim had gone to LJ's house and she was upset that, oh, I thought you were loyal to me. I'm very, very possessive of my friends. And ladies and gentlemen, Gloria Elijah does not really like people who are overly, overly possessive of their friends. And Farhana is like that. And it was quite interesting to see how Ibrahim lost his cool. Ibrahim did not find it funny at all, especially because he had actually wrongfully judged LJ because both of them they had gone on a blind date before. He had wrongfully judged her, right? But funny enough, Ibrahim had lost his cool. Yes, I love what Happy Ending is saying. She said, I didn't like the way they ganged up on her at times, but I think Farhana exaggerates her actions a lot. I totally agree with you. And that's why I said sometimes Farhana tends to be kind of irritating. And that she's always, I feel like she has this way of playing the victim card, right? Like she would clearly do something and then she would act like, oh, she's always using this, oh, I have to provide for my son. I'm hustling for my son. And I'm sorry, guys, but the way she says it, she makes it look like the husband that she's separated from does not give her one kobo, you know, does not give her one kobo and one kobo to take care of her son, Aiden. She makes it look like she's the only one that pays all the bills. Like the husband does not contribute a dime. And I'm like, no, Farhana, that is cheap blackmail to Aiden's father. That is completely wrong. Yes. So in as much as Farhana is a sweetheart to me, I feel like sometimes she just overdoes it. I feel like sometimes she likes playing the victim card a lot. And I'm not really a fan of people that likes playing the victim card. At least stick your neck out for yourself and stand strong for yourself sometimes. Anyways, moving on, let's move on to Kris Fade. Let me just quickly take a water break. Yeah. So we're going to talk about Kris Fade. Now, Kris Fade is one jolly go happy fellow that I really, 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 really love on this show. I love Kris Fade. Okay, before I tell you why I like him. So first off, Kris Fade is one of the most popular radio presenters in Dubai. This guy is originally an Australian, right? But from his story, he said he came to America. Did I say America? Sorry, he came to Dubai, was supposed to spend 2 years, and then marking the time the show was being filmed, he was in Dubai for about, is it 14 years or 15 years? I can't really remember. Now, another thing I can't really remember is if he was the person that Zeina was referring to as the guy that went to Dubai with only $300 and then in a matter of years became a millionaire. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I can't really remember. Yeah. But I love this guy so much because he's got good energy. He's got good vibes. He does not inherit beef. Yes. And that is one thing I forgot to mention about Ibrahim. Ibrahim is not just a chief gossip. He enjoys inheriting the beef of his friends. If anybody is fighting or quarreling with any of his friends, Ibrahim does not mind carrying that fight on his head. Sometimes it's good, but sometimes for me, I just feel like it's way too childish. But you see, Kris Fade is the exact opposite of Ibrahim. Everything that Ibrahim is what Chris Fade is not. The guy is so genuine in all of his actions. And now Chris Fade is a father to two, divorced, started dating his assistant Brianna for 2 years, and then they got engaged and they've been together for 7 years. Now, in as much as Chris Fade is a cool guy, I just feel like he condones to too much of an extent the excesses of his fiancee Brianna. Brianna is very, very annoying. She's very, very annoying. I'm going to talk about her later, but Brianna is very, very annoying. Yes. I mean, he's not just a radio presenter. He's also a millionaire. He's also an entrepreneur. He has a business of his own. I think they make healthy cookies for adults and then sweet cookies for kids. They probably have other businesses that has not been mentioned on the show, but this guy is, yeah, I like what Zamio said. Okay, he ended up staying for 14 years. But yeah, thank you, Zami. Medina said, I love Chris Fade. He's such a positive minded guy. Thank you so much. This guy is very, very positive. And in as much as Brianna is so annoying, like this girl literally made the company lose, was it about $16,000 on a deal simply because she was preparing for their wedding? And guys, guess what? She wasn't even the wedding planner. They literally have, I think, three women who were putting hands together to plan the wedding. Our own was just to our own role for this entire wedding thing was just to give a go ahead. Do you know how people are planning the wedding? You already have a top-notch wedding planner. You know, your own work is just to tell them, okay, go ahead with this, don't go ahead with that. But Brianna was literally acting the entire time like she was the one that was going to arrange the chairs in that garden. Like she was the one that was going to set up the podium for the couple. She was just being overly annoying, excessive. But guess what? Chris Fade, being the good guy, was very, very understanding, very, very considerate. And from what we saw on the show, he does not really get angry all the time. And I'm looking at this guy like this dude that is always smiling and always excited like this. Don't you ever get angry, you know? But that was what just really made me trip for his personality. I just love how cool he is. And he has this amazing relationship with his daughters. Yes. And his daughters too understand that yes, even though dad is divorced from mom, it's time for dad to get married. And thankfully they also love the Brianna as well, you know, so they're like one big happy family. And this guy is so huge that I can't remember which particular location in Dubai, but he got acknowledged by having his own statue created in that. I don't know if it's a museum, guys. I can't really remember the name of that place. For those of you that are familiar with those popular places in Dubai, please help me out, okay? Yeah, so he got his own statue sculpted for him, and his parents are just so lovable, guys. See, Chris Fade is Chris Fade, no problems, no drama. This guy is living his best life and he wants to see everybody happy around him. So quickly, we're going to move on to the next cast member. Yeah. Okay, Kris is saying Brianna wanted a wedding that will impress her new friends. That's the cast of the show. Exactly. Exactly, exactly. And guys, you know the annoying part again? Brianna was not even spending a dime of her own money. So Chris Fade was paying for every single thing. Like they were literally telling these people 100,000 for flower arrangements. And she was like, well, I know that Kris can afford it. And this guy gave her a Tesla as a freaking Valentine gift. Oh God. Anyways, yeah, we're gonna be talking about Lojain. Okay? Lojain. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Lojain is kind of like Chris Page, very, very sweet lady. And in a way, you can also call her the sense of reason on the show. Any of her friends in the circle that's having issues, Lojain is the one that takes people to lunch, takes them to dinner, or invites them to her home to talk sense into their heads. All right. She's that mother figure on the show. At least that's how I see it. I feel like she's the mother figure on the show. She's always, always having one level of advice or the other for the other cast members. And she's divorced as well. According to her story, guys, her story is really sad. And from what she mentioned, she has, I think, two kids. And then with the divorce was a very, very nasty one. And she was not able to get custody of her kids. So it was a very, very sad story for me. Yeah. And so she built herself, she worked on herself, and she's been in the media world for over 20 years. She is one of Arab's most popular and most influential and affluential TV hosts. Now she has made a name for herself. She has made a fortune for herself. She has made a life for herself. Yes, but now this is where the issue of ageism in the workplace or in a certain industry comes in. Yeah. So now she's about to transition from being a TV host to being an actor. She's going into acting, right? Now, according to her, she has to take up that switch because of how the Arab society is very superficial. According to her, the superficiality, English language, Jesus, the superficiality of the Arab culture, the Arab society, kind of drags down the age of the female in the media world. Now, what does that mean? When a female TV host gets to a certain age, they begin to reduce that person's relevance by recruiting more younger people that they feel look fresher, more camera friendly, and it's kind of like it's not really exciting, right? It's not a good feeling at all. They begin to make you feel like you're irrelevant, right? So that's why she's kind of transitioning into acting. So I love Lojain. Lojain is a very, very sweet soul, very considerate. Like, guys, there's this thing she does every Valentine's Day for single women because she's also single. Oh, and by the way, she's got two of her younger brothers living with her. One is more like a manager, whilst the other one is just lounging. That one claims that he's into crypto, is into stocks and bonds. But that guy just seems like one big baby that's living off his elder sister, getting money, getting what do they call it now, getting allowances and just living large. And I can't believe it that Lojain said that the brother went to school and ever since he has not been able to get a job. And I'm wondering, like, is it the same Dubai these people are talking about? When non-Dubai citizens cannot easily get a job, how? I don't get it. How? And for someone that has a very, very influential sister, how is it true that her brother cannot easily get a job? Like, guys, I just found it hard to believe. And I just felt like, for me, I just feel like the brother is just lounging. Like, he's just so complacent and laid back because he has a generous sister that pays his bills. He's living in a mansion with the sister, eating free food, go. And the sister says this guy literally goes partying almost every night. So where does he get the money from? He says he's getting for crypto, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, Sha, Lojain is just overly nice. She's overly cool. Yes. Happy Ending said Lojain is the coolest, no vile, and level headed. I like this one as well. She's graceful. Yes, she's totally, totally graceful. However, however, oh, before I go to my however, I was going to explain what she does on Valentine's Day. She organizes this dinner event for single women, whether they are single, whether they are divorced, and whether they are separated, or maybe women whose husbands are not available on Valentine's Day, right? So she organizes it for just her close friends and associates, and they come together and they talk about men, they talk about everything that's there to talk about. And it's always a beautiful event. And she's also a very, very religious person. She's one person that takes the Arab religion and culture to heart. Whenever there's an Arab thing to celebrate, she's organizing. So she's just a social person. She enjoys organizing events that brings people together, and she enjoys seeing people at peace, with themselves and with one another. And another way she was also a sweetheart on the show was her trying to create this reunion between LJ and her mom. Guys, we're going to come to LJ's story very soon. I don't want to jump the line, yes, but she tried everything in her power to ensure that LJ and her mom had a reunion. LJ, by the way, was not raised by her mother. Her mom abandoned her as a child, and so she grew up by herself. We're going to come to LJ's story soon. Anyways, I was going to say one, however, about Lojain's personality. In as much as Lojain is very sweet, I feel like she tries to always be politically correct. And we know that most of the time, people who always try to be politically correct, most of the time, they are not being very, very honest about how they really feel about things. Yes, they want to say things to make the people that they are saying it to feel better about themselves, or they want to say things, to kind of be on the fence, like not to make it look like they're actually taking any side at all. Okay. Let me read what Chris is saying. Chris is saying it's not so much that he can't get a job, it's more that his standards are unrealistically high. I totally agree. And the koi he wanted to work for and the koi or company he wanted to work for wanted to use his sister as cloud to promote their business. Exactly. Exactly. Yes. So I think you're right, Chris. The guy's standard is just unrealistic, to be very honest. Anyways, as I was saying about Lojain, I feel like Lojain, God, she just likes being on the fence, and most of the time she ends up not really telling people the truth. So she would rather play the game of omission, right? The game of omission is more like you don't want to tell people the truth about themselves to them to their face. You don't want to tell people the truth about how you really feel about what they say or what they've done, right? And even during her confessionals, you find out that she's kind of being very, very, careful about what she says about the other cast members. And I'm wondering, like, this woman is really a media personality. People who work in the media, most of them they have this media training, they know how to remove themselves from the situation by always sounding politically correct. So for that reason, I don't really trust Lojain, to be very honest, guys. I don't really trust that. I feel like there's a side to Lojain that we are yet to see. And if there's going to be another season of the show, hmm, I am hoping that that other side of Jane, that is a no nonsense person, comes out. I noticed that she's a no nonsense person when the brother took her to a bike shop. The brother wanted her to buy him a power bike, and I loved what she said. That no, that the brother is an adrenaline junkie, he's a risk taker, he's a daredevil. This kind of people that love driving fast, that kind of thing. So she knows that if she uses her hand to buy him the bike, he will not appreciate it. I think the bike was about 200,000 dirhams. So she was like, if she buys it for the brother is not working, he's not earning money like that, like that. So she's not going to buy him the bike. She wants him to use his money to buy it so that when he buys it, he's going to value his life and he's going to value, the investment he made on the bike. I felt like that was a lot of sense that she said. So from that scene, I saw someone that's a no nonsense person, and I really, really hope that this her no nonsense personality comes out in another season of the show. So as I said, I don't really trust Lojain. This her goody two shoes that she's portraying in this season. I feel like there's a lot more that meets the eyes about Lojain, and I cannot wait to see that other side of Lojain. Let me see. Happy Ending said, I agree. I think Lojain was managing her image in this show. 100%. I think so. See, she's a very, very powerful personality. On YouTube here, I think I've actually seen one or two interviews about her. She's very well respected in the Dubai community. I think in the Arab community generally. And I feel like she's one person that being on a show like this, it could make or mar, the image, the personality that she has actually spent over 20 years building for herself. So she's being very careful not to engage in gossips, in pettiness, in being savage, And so anytime you listen to Lojain speaking during her professionals or even on the show, she's advising people, even going ahead to advise Safa and reminding her about the fact that the Arab community, the Arab religion, their religion and their societal values, does not support surrogacy, right? So she's always that voice of reasoning on the show, but I want to see the other side of her. Anyways, let me quickly read some of your comments. Okay, Kris said, you're right. There may be more to her that than she allowed us to see. Exactly. Keziah said, I love when she refused to get a bike for her younger brother. She insisted he pays for it and know how difficult it is to make money. Exactly. I really, really loved that thing. For a moment, I was scared. I thought that she was going to go ahead and spoil him silly by buying him the bike. So I love the fact that she did not buy him the bike. And yes, Medina said, yes, Lojain's face definitely changed during that interaction. Exactly. Exactly. Omar Lade says she's pretending for the camera. I totally feel so as well. And that's why I would really love to see, another side to her on another season of the show. Anyways, moving on, let's talk about LJ. Now, LJ's name is also Lojain, yes, but for the sake of identifying which cast member is which, I guess they decided to abbreviate her name to LJ. One second, guys, let me quickly take a sip of water. Okay, so LJ. LJ is the princess of the show. I call her the princess because number one, she's very young, she's very sweet, and sour. You know when they say, you know when you eat like sprinkles and it tastes sweet and sour in your mouth. For me, whenever I'm watching LJ, that's the way I feel. I feel like she's got this very sweet personality, and she's also got this very very bitchy attitude. Oh my god! Sometimes LJ is annoying, but I discovered much later on the show that she's a very very intelligent young woman. Now, LJ has a very, very interesting story to her background. LJ was not raised by her mother. According to her, her parents had gotten divorced when she was a child, and so the mother had left her to the US, whilst the father raised her. She was in Egypt, and then at the age of 21, she met her soulmate, who was over 30 years older than her. So she had gotten married to this person, and coincidentally, this person turned out to be an Arab billionaire. Guys, did you hear me correctly? Billionaire. Billionaire. Now, the estimated net worth here says that LJ is worth 3.8 million to $4 million. That's a lie. LJ is freaking wealthier than that. I mean, I'm not really sure about these people's net worth, but I think LJ is just very wealthy. There was a conversation she was having on the show, and someone was trying to diss her, like, oh, you're a sport rich wife, you didn't work hard for your money, blah blah blah. Your billionaire husband, by the way, her billionaire husband died after 7 years of their marriage, and she has been single for over 5 years, and now she's ready to mingle, but then she's finding it difficult to find somebody that matches her personality, because LJ is kind of insensitive in a way. She's kind of insensitive to romance and to romantic things. So you can imagine how tough it was for her husband to woo her. Although people are trying to pin on the label of her being a gold digger to her and to her late husband, but she has proven herself to be more than that. She has proven herself to be a brain box. Now, according to her, she's got shares and stock in Mercedes, and there's this other company she mentioned that a like that's an international company. She's got shares, right? She's got shares. So LJ, as I said, is a very, very interesting personality. From the start of the season, she came across as being very, very rude and bitchy, right? She came across as just being very, very saucy. You know, all these young girls that are just pepper body here and there. But then, just as DJ Bliss said, that LJ is one person that whatever she thinks, that is how she says it, right? That's just exactly how LJ is. She's very, very straightforward. She's very, very honest, but the good thing about her is that unlike Ibrahim that has no filter, unlike Ibrahim that can be annoyingly unfiltered and unapologetic about his nasty behavior, LJ is humble in that aspect. LJ, when she recognizes that she has offended you genuinely, she's very, very quick to apologize, right? Without putting the conditional word of if, right? But Ibrahim, on the other hand, gives or tenders apologies with conditional terms like that. So LJ is very, very sweet, right? And I've also noticed that she's a very loyal friend, but she's not a blind loyal friend. She's loyal, but not blindly loyal. I love the fact that even though she loves her friends like Zeina and Safa and Lojain, right? When they are wrong, she tells them to their face that they are wrong. So I love her personality. When she walks, you think that she's a blunt Barbie that is brainless, that is dense. But when she speaks, even though she has this very, very laid back way of talking, even though she has this very, very classy, queenly, princessy way of doing things, you look at her and you think that she's a dumb Barbie. She speaks a lot of sense. She speaks a lot of sense, and she's a very, very mature person. I just love the way she carries herself, right? I love the way she carries herself. Anyways, okay, sorry guys, I just saw something. Okay, Jumoti, I've heard you. I'm gonna definitely do as you said. Anyway, so I love LJ. I love LJ, and her story is really sad. Her story is really sad. The fact that the mom left her, and even whilst Lojain had been trying to create back that connection between herself and her mom, the mom has been kind of reluctant for that reunion, and it saddens me every time. That LJ breaks down in tears because of her mom. Now, we don't really know the story 100% as to why the mom is very reluctant to, have that reunion with her. I don't know. I mean, what could a child have done, right? What could a child have done? But we're going to have to wait and see. I mean, she gave birth to her two kids, and the mom was not there. And just as Lojain said, personally, every time I see LJ talking on the phone, I mean, she just looks like this very, very innocent and naive child that still needs her mom to pamper her. And I think it's going to do her a lot of good if via the show she's able to get that reunion that she's really craving with her mother. Anyways, guys, we're going to move on to the next cast member. Mm-hmm. Safa. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, introducing the one, the only, the one, the only, Safa. Guys, you see the way I'm excited like this? Oh my god. I love, love, love Safa. Oh my god. And I'm gonna confess right now, here and now, that Safa is absolutely my fave. Safa is my fave. Oh my god. Safa is my fave. Safa is my fave because she's like the spice of the show. I mean, she's so spoiled. Oh my god. She's so spoiled. She's like all the spoiled brats, that want what they want and they must get it. If you don't give it to me, I'm gonna burn down this house. She's got that attitude. And I love the fact that even though she's very, very saucy and bratty like that, I feel like she kinda is a bit kind of humble in a way, right? In a way, now she's a fashionista. She's always coming through with her outfits. Whenever there's an event, oh my god, she's always coming through. And makeup is always flawless. She's gorgeous. I love Safa, and I love her the more because she's just as tiny as I am. She's so petite, but you see how tiny she is like that? She is a firecracker. She's a shit starter. And the way she laughs, oh my God, this girl can just be laughing at you and you'll be angry. But I love, love, love Safa. Now, aside, Safa being all of what I have mentioned, Safa is a retired, ladies and gentlemen, emphasis on the word retired. Retired at what age? In her 30s, right? So Safa is a retired real estate mogulette. She's retired. She's also British and also I think from Dubai, Arab, yeah. And I don't know if she was born into wealth, to be very honest, but according to her, she was used to the luxury lifestyle before she met her husband Fahad in the real estate business, right? And thankfully or luckily for her, her husband Fahad is a billionaire. The husband was born into wealth, made his own wealth, inherited his family's mansion, and Safa is still not satisfied with the mansion. According to Safa, the mansion is not big enough. Ladies and gentlemen, the husband literally turned one massive room to create a walk-in closet for Safa, and according to Safa, the room is now very small. All of our Birkin bags, they've got special space. Oh my god, guys, I don't know. I can't even be angry with Safa. Yes, Safa she's just a sweetheart, right? And I love the fact that the husband totally, totally understands her. It's like a man marrying a spoiled brat, and you know that you are going to have to deal with a forever lifetime with this spoiled brat. And the husband said, yes, I'm going to have to deal with her. I'm going to have to marry her because it is till death do us part. That is the relationship that Safa has with the husband. The husband understands her 100%. The husband loves her to death. He gives her everything that she wants. And she's a mother of one. And the husband is having baby fever. The husband wants another child. But Safa does not want to have another child just yet. According to her, the husband has to wait for another 7 years, or is it 5 years, before they have another child. Why? Because when she was pregnant with the first child, she had a lot of morning sickness. Like, it was not a healthy pregnancy for her. For her, she was very, very cranky. She was depressed. She was moody. She was frustrated. I hear that a lot of pregnant women have all of these issues, right? And then you become a monster to yourself and even to your husband. So, according to her, when she was married, rather when she was pregnant with the first child, she was just very, very shitty to herself and to the husband. And she said she added weight and she still hasn't lost the weight. And I'm looking at Safa, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm wondering, which weight does Safa want to lose again? Like, does she want to disappear off the face of the earth? Because I don't understand the weight that she wants to lose again. Thank you so much, Chigode. And we're talking about 5 years. Yes, she wants the husband to wait for another 5 years before they have another child. So this is crazy. And then this is Safa that is also talking about surrogacy. This is someone that's 100% healthy, right? And without even telling the husband, she has sprung up the announcement at a dinner with their friends. So Safa is the husband's headache, but she's also that, that soothing balm for the husband. They have a very, very beautiful relationship, but I feel like she's the bully in that marriage. She literally bullies the husband. The husband even gave her a house, like a big, 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 big house, or should I call it a big apartment, and told her, okay, as a Valentine's gift, use it to do whatever you want to do. And she was looking at the husband and like, what's this? Like, this girl is so used to the big lifestyle that it's like no matter what the husband does anymore, like it doesn't really get to her anymore, right? Like the husband upset her. This girl literally said, okay, I want to join my husband's bank account. And she went ahead to buy a 10 million is it dirhams worth of necklace. Guys, who does that? But you know what? I love it. That is the kind of anger I want. When you get angry and your husband's card is with you and you just want to spend his money, and even though you spend 10 million, your husband does not even blink because 10 million dirhams, Kris, that was about $3 million. That was about $3 million. Oh my god. I mean, Safa is a handful. Oh my gosh, she's a handful. But one thing I love about her is she's a very, very loyal friend. She's a very loyal friend. She knows how to listen. She's a good listener. She's a good listener. She's very, very loyal. She always comes through for her friends. She's also kind of soft. Even though she comes across as a bit insensitive to the husband, sometimes she's also kind of soft. Yes, she's also kind of soft. And in all those that she does, you also find out that she's afraid of losing the husband. She loves the husband to bits. She's afraid of losing the husband. And it was quite exciting that towards the end of season one, she kind of gave the husband what he wanted. But I'm not going to reveal that now because I want you all to go ahead and watch the show if you haven't watched it yet. Chigoze said it's an apartment inside a building. I was shocked with her expression that she is not satisfied. Oh my God, me too. I was so pissed that even LJ, who is like a billionaire in her own right because her late husband left everything he had in her name, right? LJ too was upset. Like, come on, your husband gave you a massive, massive gift. You should be appreciative. You should thank him instead of acting like it's nothing. And that kind of increased my respect for LJ because I felt like, wow, yeah, he's one person who I would have thought was going to be the sports brat, right? Kind of appreciating what her name Safa's husband is doing for her. Anyways, we're gonna stop. I could go on and on about Safa, but I don't want it to look like, oh my god, Glory is dwelling too much on Safa. So we're gonna quickly move on to Zeina. We're talking about the alpha female of the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring to you Zeina Khoury. Listen, guys, if you're looking for that one strong woman that is a boss lady of her own, that is just so confident. sure of herself. Guy, you're talking about Zeina. What is the net worth here? It's about 310,000 US dollars and blah blah blah. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know. But I'm going to tell you this about Zeina. According to how she introduced herself on the show, they call her the Versace lady. According to her, the Palazzo Versace in Dubai, she is one of the people that founded that place. Now, that place, or people that have visited Dubai, they said that it is massive. They said it's one of the most expensive places in Dubai. Yes. So she is one of the people that founded that place. She's wealthy on her own. She's one of the biggest and most renowned real estate moguls of Dubai. She's big, she's huge. And in a way, she's kind of humble and she's sweet. And I love the way she carries herself. I love the way she speaks. She exudes so much strength and authority. You know, the kind of energy that comes from her, oh my God, I feel it right from my screen, from my TV screen. It's so powerful. She exudes so much power. I love the way she is. And I feel like God kind of blessed her with a husband that is not demanding for her to shrink, for him to shine. Yes, her husband Anan is just a perfect match for her. I think so, yes. Although there's a scandal looming in the air about her husband, cheating on her. We don't know yet. We're going to find out if there's going to be a season two of the show. Yeah, Happy Endings is saying, okay, Scrambles, I just spoke about Dina and her husband's marriage. Yeah, I think it's balanced in a way that she's a workaholic. She works late into the night, and one of her complaints on the show was that her kids are kind of not really recognizing her anymore. And in that aspect, I feel like she needs to try and make out time for her family. But the husband is not really complaining because, according to him, he's fine with her working, because he too gets busy with his own work. But then I didn't really understand why on Valentine's Day the husband would travel abroad with their son, and the husband would not spend Valentine's Day with her. And I think this is not the first time it's happening. So I don't know. That's why I said if there's a season two, we're gonna find out if there's something fishy going on, in their marriage, especially with the husband. The husband literally opened an account on, is it Bumble or Bumblebee? Can't remember the name of that app, but it's like Tinder, right? So there's a profile of the husband on there, and the husband laughed it off. She said she does not believe it, but we're going to find out about that more in season two, right? But just as Zamio said, Dina is classy, she's confident, she's intelligent, and I love the way she handles herself. However, I feel like because she does not really understand people's hustle, because she does not really understand people's work, right? Sometimes she tends to overstep her boundary, right? Something happened in episode three, which I'm going to review properly when I review episode three. I felt like she was completely wrong for going to someone's place of business to address an issue with that person. I felt like she should have waited for Ibrahim to have left his place of business, and then they could meet on neutral ground and then have their conversation. But then at the end of the day, guys, it's a show. You never know if the producers of the show tend to set up these things, just to create more drama, on the show. But then for Zena, I totally love her personality. She's a strong woman. I love the way she's unfazed by pettiness. I love the way she's unfazed by people's perception about her. And she's never in a hurry to convince anybody about who she is, because why? She already knows who she is. She's confident in her own self and capacity and her capabilities, and she's enough for herself. When you see Zena, sometimes you won't even know that she's married because she's like a complete woman. She's like a complete woman. So, ladies and gentlemen, we've talked about all of these cast members. We've touched a bit about Brianna. Brianna, as I said, is very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. Oh, what about Danya? We didn't get to talk about Danya in detail. I have talked about Danya briefly before. As I said, I feel like because of the lack of satisfaction she finds in a marriage, I feel like it's kind of reflecting in her personality, it's reflecting in her attitude, and she's kind of projecting her insecurities on their friend. that the other people in their circle. She's projecting her insecurities, and she's projecting and transferring so much aggression, almost the point of her acting ratchet sometimes. Yes, guys, I don't want to spill the tea too much about the details of the show. That's why I really encourage those of you that are finding this conversation interesting already to go ahead and watch the show on Netflix, and then we'll do more reviews about it. All right, and yeah, Kris said Danya inherited beef. Exactly, she inherited beef. I mean, most of the drama happening on the show is absolutely none of our business, but she's trying to be like the fighter and defender of the hopeless, or the fighter and defender of all of her friends, thereby bringing more disrespect to herself and her husband. So it's like she's going out there fighting battles that do not belong to her, and then her husband, DJ Bliss, has to go and be cleaning up her mess, has to go and be apologizing, almost creating a rift between DJ Bliss and the male cast member. So it's kind of messy when you mention the name of Danya. Danya also is a terrible liar. Oh my God. Like, guys, a lot of things happened on the show that we saw live and direct on camera. This one is not a matter of, oh, they edited out this part or that part. Hell no. Things happened that we watched live and direct. And then Danya, during her confessionals, is outrightly lying that these things did not happen. Jesus, guys, Danya is, you know what? Let me drink water. It's as if I'm calling her name, I'm choking. hmm So Danya just lies a lot. She lies a lot. She lies terribly. And I just feel like it's just so pathetic. And I love what Zeina said in one of the episodes, after she went ahead, followed Ibrahim to go and attack Zeina in her office, and even ended up fighting Zeina after the Ibrahim that had a fight with Zeina had left. Oh, hey, God. She now went ahead to go and lie and lie and lie. But then I love what Zeina said. Zeina said, I said to DJ Bliss when DJ Bliss went to apologize, are you sure your wife is okay? Are you sure she's not dealing with issues? Because whatever happened in my office, it shows that she's a very, very angry person. So you need to go and handle your wife. Guy, that was just, for me, that was the truth, but it was also a big insult on DJ Bliss. It's like your wife came out with her madness to the open, and then she came out and she disgraced you. So, guys, you need to go and watch this show. Trust me. Zamio, is it Zamio? Let's see. Okay, yeah, Zamio said exactly. She didn't see that as a place of work. She called it a public cafe. I didn't like that as well. Oh yeah, that's about dinner. Yes, that cafe, that was Brian's office, regardless whether it was a cafe, whether it was a boutique, whether it's a small shop, it is still someone's place of business. Um, Medina is saying Danya is a full blown carnivore. She loves beef. Exactly. She wants to be relevant because she doesn't have anything going on for her. Exactly. Thank you so much for putting it that way, Medina. And just from what you said, when I look at Danya's character on the show, guess who comes to mind? The person that comes to mind is Mariam from The Real Housewives of Lagos. We all remember Mariam's problem on that show. Mariam felt very, very irrelevant. She felt like she was not really bringing enough drama on the show. And so she started inheriting beef at some point. But then when she saw that it was not really working for her, she decided to be a good person on the show. And then when it was time for reunion, she decided to inherit beef again, and she was trying to create cheap highlights for herself. So when I see Danya on Bling Dubai or Dubai Bling, I think about Mariam and I just like, nah, this woman, you are like the most irrelevant cast member of the show, and you're just trying everything in your tiny little power desperately to seek your own highlight. Yeah. And she's getting her own highlight, but it's quite annoying because she's not really owning up to her shit and her mess with her full chest. Instead, she's lying. Like, guys, the lie is just so big. You know what? Let me just stop here. Let me just stop here. And this is the part where I'm going to go ahead and, drop the link in the comment section of this live stream. If you want to share your thoughts about the cast members of the show, just go ahead and click on that link so that you can join and let's have a conversation. All right. So just go ahead and click on the link. Click on the link and let's go. Woof! Interesting. Interesting. I am loving the show. Yeah, so the link is in the comment section already. Click on it and yeah, you'll be able to join and share your thoughts. Okay, let's have Fortune. Hi, Fortune.
Hi, Glory. Hi, everybody.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine. Oh, I'm so excited we're talking about this because I watched it. I actually had to watch it again when you started reviewing it because
Oh,
I watched it on the day when it came out. I watched it finish and I was like, if we're reviewing it, let me watch again. So, yeah, I've really enjoyed this one. I have.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so first of all, who's your least favorite cast member?
So I think it's actually Danya. I'm not sensing her relevance because I feel that sometimes even if you come into a show like this as a couple, not everybody has to shine. So she
Mm-hmm.
strikes me as a person who's trying to fit in somewhere, but she doesn't necessarily have to because her husband is in there. Sometimes you can actually just be like on the down low, but she really has tried to find to fit herself somewhere in there. And somebody posted a comment on your first episode where this person said, between Danya and Zeina, there is this, they are fighting for the main character syndrome. Basically, somebody has to come up as the main character. I think usually that's how they set up these shows where there has to be another person that's almost like the lead,
Yeah,
usually. And it almost looks like she's fighting for that. And I don't understand. For me, she's the least favorite. I don't like her. I don't understand why she was even in the coffee shop. But I think we'll talk about it another time. Rather, when she went to Zenia's office, all of those things
yeah,
I didn't get. So she's my least favorite, definitely.
yeah. And I totally agree with you because right from episode one, Zeina did nothing, absolutely nothing to Danya. And Danya had made a statement during a confessional, Zeina is fake and I'm going to put her in her place. And I'm wondering, like,
Yeah.
I don't get it. The show just started. Why do you want to put someone in their place?
What I can
Anyway,
link it to is that Xenia is friends with DJ Bliss. That's his name, right?
yes,
Danya's husband. So it's
yes,
possible that maybe that friendship is threatening to Danya because she has a jealous streak. I don't know if you saw when DJ Bliss gave another person, that lady, what's her name, LJ, the deck,
yeah,
just for two
yeah,
seconds. This girl could not even sit. She was eyes and ears open, trying to see. So I think there's a little bit of territorial elements in her. She just wants to monopolize DJ Bliss, but I mean, really, you can't own a person like that. You can't.
yeah. Exactly, exactly. So, who is your favorite character?
Oh my goodness, I like Ibrahim. He can be annoying, and I get that. But if we know part of these things are scripted, if anybody is doing a good job, it is that guy. What?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love the way he's so dramatic. It keeps us excited. I honestly, I'm torn between him and Lojain. I really like Lojain, but if I had
yeah,
to pick, it's definitely Ibrahim. I like the spite. I like the drama. If he wasn't there, we would not have all of these dramatic moments. Most of the
yeah,
things that we will talk about during this season is definitely instigated by him in a way,
yeah,
directly or indirectly. He's got a hand in it. I like that guy. I really like him.
yeah. You know, he was the
Yeah.
one that went to go and tell Farhana about the desert location of LJ's event. When they asked him, and he was looking down at his
Yes,
champagne,
that
he was
guy
the
is,
one.
yes, he is a proper snake. And I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, they grew up in a desert. So maybe he knows how to maneuver underneath because that's exactly what he's doing. He's got that capacity to go and
Hmm.
instigate here and also instigate there. And the revenge, like some of the actions that I'm just surprised that a guy could act like that. I don't
Yeah,
know where he's getting that energy from. Like in the comment section, I put something, and I honestly think that this guy has the spirit of a teenage girl because that's
hmm.
exactly how high school people used to behave, the way he's behaving, where a person
True.
can't keep a gossip inside for 2 seconds, 2 seconds
Yeah,
to just keep it and just go to bed. He can't. He must just spread it. And you know what? There is acting and there is yourself. This
Yeah.
guy, a lot of this is him. You can't be this good at acting. No, yeah, there is a
Mm-hmm.
lot of him in what he's doing. But I love it. He's giving us a show. I really like it.
Mm.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. And the reason why I like Lojain, I like that woman because I don't think we ever get to see the real her 100% because I think she'll probably be that mature person throughout the
Mm.
show. That person that just
Mm.
keeps people in check. I don't know if you used to watch the Basketball Wives. We had
Yeah.
Shaq's ex-wife. What's her name? Forgetting her name. Yeah, we
Shawnee.
Shani,
Uh,
yes, we had. She was that person. Even if she wanted to get angry, there was always this restraint. We need a person like that because if they
Shawnee was
are
the
all
devil. She was the devil herself.
yes, but she was doing it underneath, right? It was never for me. It was never really out in the open. She would go and do it on the side. But you sort of need a person who is fake like that, who keeps
mm.
people like trying to sugarcoat this, trying to sugarcoat that. And
Yeah.
remember, Lojain is an employee. All these other
Mm.
people seem to work for themselves in one way or the other, but that lady still has to, it looks like she depends a lot on her career that she's built and she's trying to get into another.
Mm.
I don't think she can be very controversial right now because she sort of depends on either corporate or a filming or wherever she wants to go, so her image really matters. So I'm not sure if we'll see any other version of that lady apart from the one we're
Mm.
seeing. But if she keeps
Yeah.
this one, I still like it, guys. I really like it because I like the composure and everything. She will go and be lying and doing whatever, making it look like everything is cool. But I like that element of the show because I'm of the view that if they are all mental, guys, that physical that happened that time, it will be all over
Mm.
if everybody must just go crazy. So
True.
yeah, that's so those two are the ones that I like the most. But my overall comment about the show is, I mean, these guys have really brought Bling to the TV. I love it. They
Mm.
normalize taking the LV to the gym. I'm just like, okay, that is nice. These cars that we're seeing, everybody has got a fancy car or two. So it's
Yeah.
just, I mean, it's the definition of Bling, and it's exciting to see. It's really exciting to see. And one other comment I want to make is on you. My friend said to me, on the ladies, how you pick the person you like on this show is a definition of how you would act if you were like filthy rich. So when you picked Safa on episode 1, when you did the review, I was like, glory. Yeah, God must just
Look,
give you
I,
these
I
millions.
definitely, I definitely want to spend money the way Safa spends money. One
Yeah.
thing I know about Safa is, there are some women that when they are married to billionaires, it's like, oh my God, they want to die on top of that money. But I feel like Safa, because she herself, according to what she said, she was already used to luxury before she met the husband. So now money is like nothing to her. She just wants to look good. She just wants to show up looking classy and fashionable. And she's also very intentional about her fashion line. So she's really pushing. But there's one thing I really love about her is how money is like nothing to her. I want to get to that point as well where you've made it in life and money is like nothing to you. And that's why I love her style. I just love the way she spends money like it's nothing. So yeah, so
So, Glory, can I just spend 1 minute on one other issue that really touched my heart? It's the issue
okay.
of the absent parents because LJ
Hmm.
mentioned the issue about her mother not around, and it resonated so much with myself because my mom also was not there growing up. We only reconnected after we were older. We were lucky that we could. And I
Wow.
think the effect that has on a person, sometimes we don't even sit to think about it until you're
Hmm.
triggered by seeing it on TV in situations like this. You're like, oh, okay, I think I may also have like feelings of how come my mother never made porridge for me? How come this never happened to me? So I like that it's triggering that conversations in us, and hopefully it can assist another person who wants to neglect their child to just try and stick around or be available as much as they can so that people don't grow up as adults and have these issues unresolved.
True, true,
Yeah.
true,
Thank you so
true.
much,
Thank you
guys.
very
Thank you
much.
so much for
Thank
listening to
you.
me. I'll be in the chat and I'll be listening to everybody else. Thank you.
Yes. And there are other issues we're going to talk about as well. The issue of surrogacy.
Mhm.
respecting people's hustle. So if you can just stick around, let others speak, and then you can come
Yes.
back and still share your thoughts. Thank you so much, Fortune.
Alrighty. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Okay. Hi, Queen.
Hello, darling.
Okay. First off, I'm super excited that you're following up on this show because I really want to hear your thoughts about some of the cast members. So, who is that one person that you just want to see in the next episode? Like, as you're watching, you are looking forward to seeing this person. If you don't see the person, you're not satisfied.
Are you talking about? Who do I dislike? Who do I like?
No, but that one person you look forward to seeing episode per episode. It could be your fave. It could be the one person you
Ib-
don't
Ibrahim, because the uncle is messy, and I live for I live because no, let's be honest though. Ibrahim is gay. Let's make it very clear.
I
But
feel so.
because he's in Dubai, uncle cannot do what he do. But
Yeah.
honey, because I have gay friends. If you ever want to laugh, best gist in this life, they have it. That community is messy. Uncle is top tier. Like the things he be saying, I be like, wow. So you are that messy. Uncle is like,
He
I look
always has the
forward to
juiciest gist.
I I look forward to him being messy. I look forward to him. I don't like Safi. I don't like Safi.
Why?
Okay, a couple of things. I feel like okay, I have my cast list in front of me. Laurie Jean, let's start with her. Auntie,
Mhm.
you you're a pretender. It's okay. You're a pretender. I feel like you have a lot to lose. You are a pretender
Yeah.
because your real self is not showing on the show. But I'm gonna let you rock
Mhm.
because you work for other people. You don't own your own thing. So you're a
Yeah.
pretender. Kris, drop that girl Brianna. She's never satisfied. She does too much.
She's
DJ
fun.
Bliss, your biggest downfall is your wife. Your wife is a bitch, the biggest one to ever do it. She the Kris. Like her village people are heavily after her. Um
Oh
LJ, now you know you did not love that billionaire. You loved his money. You are a sugar baby that married a sugar daddy. Let's be
God.
very honest.
Amen.
My sister, let's be very honest. I like what you did. I like what you did there. Like, don't tell me you found love with a 30 something year old that's 30 years older than you. No, my sister, you wanted that money and you got that money, and then unfortunately he died, but you are there for the money. Don't try to say because what is a
Wow.
21-year-old doing with no, because if you want to get technical, 21 years old dating somebody that's 30 years older than her, that is grooming and that is rape at
So
best. You get what I'm saying?
that exam was just
But
ridiculous.
what did you say?
I said the age gap was just ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. So me, I know myself because me, I'm a Nigerian babe, a Yoruba babe. Like if a man that age came to me, I will consider it for your money. For your money, that's the only reason I will consider you. Other than that, so let's keep it. Who Zaina? I don't like Zaina. I feel like okay. First thing first about all these cast members. When I was talking about Dubai, when I saw the show, I wanted
Hmm.
Dubai people raised in Dubai that were Dubai native, Arabic native. All of these people
Yeah.
are not really Dubai people. They just
Mhm.
live in Dubai. I wanted the real Arabic. I wanted the billionaires. These ones are little people. Dubai has money. We all know Dubai has money. I
Of
wanted
course.
to see the money. I don't want to see I want to see that your network is 10 billion. I don't want to see millions. I was very
Hmm.
disappointed in that. That's why people are just like, oh, this show. No, it wasn't giving what it's supposed to give. It was
You know
not.
those ones won't ever come out because they are the
Yeah, I
real
was just like the
prominent people.
billionaire, just like the Real Housewives of Lagos. When that one happened, I was just like, oh, we go when you die, we people they craze. I want to see billion. I want to see $10 wife. I want to see Dangote
Uh-huh.
wife. I don't want to
Uh-huh.
see Iyabo Joe. Tia. I don't want to see none of them hoes. I don't care. I'm sorry. That's not what I want to see. I want to see the ones that their money long. You get what I'm saying? Like I want to see Obi Kubana. That's the thing. When they wanted to do cast of Real Housewives of Lagos, I wanted Obi Kubana's wife. I wanted Chief
Mhm.
Priest's wife. I wanted the heavy hitters that their money. But no, I got the washed up 40 something year old ladies that want to be
Oh,
young. But
Lord.
whatever.
Oh,
Whatever.
Lord.
What I don't like Zaina because I feel like she's trying too hard. You're not as rich as you think. Let me tell you something. I always tell people if the people that have money don't talk. Okay, you were founder of the Versace, okay, but you're not really giving me I have money like that. You want to be a main character. Okay, you're a main character. People that have money don't talk like you talk. That's one thing I know.
But she's
Danya,
very calm. She's very calm.
hey y'all, hey y'all.
She's very
I give her
calm.
2 more. I give all these hosts 2 more seasons. They go really show their true color. They want people to like them right now. That's why they do what they do. Farian, see, listen, Farian, you do what you do. You a hustler, hustle for your money. I
Yeah.
that argument that they were having that they feel like she brings product placement, she invites them to parties and she brings cameras. I'm like, all of you people are mad. Because let's use Beyonce for example. Auntie Beyonce is the ambassador for Tiffany and Co. Auntie Beyonce
Mm-hmm.
only rocks Tiffany and Co. design. So she's an ambassador. She is
Mm-hmm.
rocking what she thinks. So all of you people that are saying you don't like that, this girl is making her money. All of you too. You're making your
That's what
money somewhere.
she
You're
wants to
ambassador
do.
somebody.
Period.
So shut up your dirty mouth. Who else? Safi. I don't like Safi because
Yeah.
hello. Can you hear
Please
me?
continue.
Auntie
Continue, please.
Safi,
Yes, yes, continue.
you know damn well, you did not marry that man for his looks. You married him for the money. But one thing, listen, let me tell you, let me make something clear to you today. I encourage females to marry rich. Encourage females. I'm like, Dangote doesn't have one head. Marry him if you want to. But one thing I don't
Mm-hmm.
respect about her is she's ungrateful in some things that she does. She's ungrateful.
Yes,
And the way she
yes,
treated her husband in the first episode, you're dumping his clothes on the floor like it's rags. I can never
yes.
respect that. Humble your damn self. Because if you were so used to glamour, you would not have to marry rich. Let's keep it a beat. That's
Mm.
why I'm trying to tell you. A lot of the girls on this show are pretending. Auntie, you married, okay, you were okay, but you married rich. Now, because in the first episode, she was just like, I want a bigger house. And then Zanya was just like,
Yeah.
so either you buy this other house or you buy the other one. She was just like 90 million. It's nothing. Now your money?
$90 million
No, but
dollars
is
though.
it
This is
your
not being.
money? Is it your money?
Oh my
Because you
god.
calling out big money like that as if your husband no go work for him. I don't like ungrateful females, and she's very ungrateful. He bought you a mansion, gave you a whole room, and turned it into a closet. I understand that
Yeah.
sometimes though, when you get to some because I don't have money, I'm okay where I am, but I never reach. Maybe I'll change, but I like to be humble. I don't see humbleness in her at all, at all. I feel like I was just like, yo, you're treating your husband like this. Okay, you're trying to be dramatic. You threw his clothes on the floor, and then he wanted a baby. You're not trying to do surrogacy. You didn't even tell him in front of everybody. You now want to announce it. Please bring me back for that one because I have a lot to say. Because in the Quran it says surrogacy is not allowed. You didn't tell your husband though. You went to go and tell a group of people that don't fucking
Mm.
like you, that they are not matter to you. Excuse my language. I didn't have to say that one. That
Yeah.
don't like you. You went to go and embarrass your husband on that account. But I'm not surprised that she got pregnant in the last episode because,
Yeah.
Auntie, to keep that your husband's money, you have to give now. Is
Of
it
course.
stupid?
Of
Is it
course.
stupid? You married for money, so let's call a spade a spade.
But do you think that attitude that she exudes on the show, do you think it's by virtue of upbringing or it's just by being spoiled by the husband? What do you
No,
think?
I feel like no. I feel like because I know no. I have rich friends though. All rich friends that we grew up together. They didn't have nothing. They were humble as hell when they did not have money. But then when they marry rich, that is when $2,000 bag is like, oh my god, why is this why is this price? Like I'm just like, bitch, you are from the village of Nigeria. Humble your damn self. You're fucking stupid. Like, are you mad? Like, humble. No, it's because she feels like because her husband has money. You know that when you don't work
Mm.
for your money, when you don't work for the money, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like she needs to humble herself. I understand. No, I'm all for see LJ, I like LJ because when she was on a date with Ibrahim, she was like, she
Mm.
wasn't impressed because she was married to a billionaire. The lifestyle
Yeah.
that one. Let me be honest with you. That girl will never find husband unless she has to pray. She used to go on the mountain and pray because her first husband was a billionaire. She only
Of
wants
course.
millionaire from now on. And then what is the thing? LJ is not as young as she used to be. 2 kids
Yeah.
don't come out of that coochie. So guys are not checking for you anymore. Maybe when you were 21, they were checking for you. But a billionaire is not checking for you. Billionaire now will go younger. You get what I'm saying? They will go
True.
younger. That is what she cannot understand. She's not, it's not that she's not beautiful. She's a very beautiful girl. But you almost see, is she not 30?
Huh?
Is Auntie, I'll Google it. She's not 30. They're not
She's
checking for you.
31.
What did you say?
Yeah, she is. She is 30, yes.
Yes, they're not checking for you. Billionaires are checking for 20 and below. If somebody, a billionaire sees you at 30, maybe it's that grace of God, but I know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I roll with a lot of rich guys. They know they check for their age mates. They check for younger. You get what I'm saying?
Fresh
Unless
blood.
you're unless you're giving them something to really like, unless there's something special about you, unless you like giving them what another girl cannot give. That is it. So she needs to humble herself. But Safi, you're doing too much. I understand you're a sour patch. That's what you describe her. She's sweet and also sour at the same time. But
Yeah.
sometimes her antics is unnecessary. It's
Yeah.
unnecessary. Who else? Because everybody in this show is crazy. Everybody they crazy in their own way. I'm tired. I'm very tired. Um, you see, For Kris, right?
Yeah.
I don't see his marriage lasting.
Hmm.
I don't see his
Why?
marriage lasting. Couple of things, because in the first episode of a show, I like to call out people's mistakes in the first show. In the first show, he was saying that he has a wife, he has a girlfriend, Brianna. She was a girlfriend at that time. He doesn't want her to act like a mother to his kids. He wants her to act like a sister. Uncle, are you mad?
It's not gonna work. They
Are
are
you
girls.
mad? First of all, what do you mean? Those girls need mother. You are saying you want them to be the sister. Sister of who? She don't have sister. She tell you she won't be sister. I just feel like it's a lot
You
of
know what, Queen? Queen, are you aware that when a man makes a statement like that, in other words, he does not fancy the girl in question, becoming a mother. You see that thing it is in Brianna, oh, the fine, sexy, hot body, looking sweet and all whatnot, right? I feel like he just want her to remain the same way. And I think when they were going to see their therapist, when she was talking about their love language, that Kris is very physical. Our own love language is gifts. She likes it when he buys her gifts. So I just feel like that guy is not ready for Brianna to have
my
another child. Like he's satisfied with the two daughters that he has
my
already.
my sister. That's another thing. The relationship is give or take. It is a give and take
Mm,
relationship. Kris
yeah.
is nice. Kris is sweet. I actually like Kris, but I feel like the way he's approaching Brianna is not correct. It's technically not correct because let me tell you something. As a therapist, you keep forgetting just because I joke around. I'm a whole therapist. I'm a licensed therapist. This is what I do for a living. When I tell
Mm.
you that if a couple, I've seen many boyfriend and girlfriend, they'll come to me as, oh, excuse me, Miss Oludare, I came for therapy. I'm like, your boyfriend and girlfriend coming for therapy. It no go last. Stop wasting my time. I swear to God Almighty. Are you mad? I'm like, you never enter marriage. They just like, but we have some issues. The issue is to break up. The issue is to break up because the fact that you're even going to therapy as a boyfriend and girlfriend, people don't think anything is wrong with that. People think, oh, we're just trying to work on your issues. No, boyfriend and girlfriend stage is supposed to be loving. You people are having fun, jaying. If you're having major
Mhm.
problems now, what makes you think your marriage is going to be better?
Exactly.
Kris is older than Brianna. He has had kids. The kids that he has, 2 kids is okay for him. He wants a
Mhm.
girl that will be his handbag. I call them
Mhm.
handbag. Those girls that
Mhm.
their body looks great. She's not going to
Mhm.
born for him. And if she born for him, that means she either did some tricks or he really wanted a baby. He doesn't want her to be a mother. He wants her to be my girl, my baby. You get what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
But
Exactly.
is she okay with that? Because there's some girls they don't want to have kids, and I agree with that completely. If you don't want to have kids, go. If you don't want to get married, personally speaking, marriage is a waste of time, in my opinion. But that is
Mm.
just me. That's a story for another day. But But I just feel like this cast, like I said, this cast, I feel like they're trying to be more than they actually are. Like, watch Bling Empire. I'll slide into your DM so we can talk about that. Because those ones, they really had money. Like, you have people that's worth 900 million. Then we can have a conversation. But these ones are worth 2.5 million and they think they have made it. After you buy certain things, your money, they don't really have money. They're not talking like people that have money. People like money will not be involved in the conversation that they're involved in. You get what I'm saying? This is
Yeah.
just for jokes. Like example, we were outside of Lagos. When these girls are just like, I own this, I'm like, really? Where? Oh, lower Benye, you have money like that? How? How? Please explain to me how. Really? Really? All of you need to be confessing to yourself. Your money was sugar daddy based, but okay. Okay. Let me get off of this thing. I'll come back later if there's still time because I
Yes,
have a lot to
please.
talk about.
Yes.
I have a lot to
Yes.
talk about. Yes, I'm
Please
done.
do come back. Do come back, please. This is quite interesting. Thank you so much, Queen. Always calling a spade a spade. All right, we'll quickly move on to Chigozie. Hi, Chigozie.
Hi, Glory.
Chigozie, how are you?
Glory, I've missed this. I've missed this
Oh,
live stream for so long.
missed you
I've,
too. I'm glad you're
I've
here.
been, I've been up and down, but I've missed it.
You're
Ah,
welcome.
let me just say, Dubai Blink. Oh my gosh.
You love the show.
I mean, I cannot just wait. Like it makes that movie, like that reality show, made me want to visit Dubai. And
True,
like for me,
true.
I feel like eh, anytime Dubai releases that ban on African countries, I must
Yes.
visit Dubai.
I will be behind you. Me and you only need to do
I
that.
was it was just pure. I was just like, so this is what people go and enjoy in Dubai.
Yes.
No, I must come. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
so amazing. So first of all, for my favorite character,
Yeah.
Safa remains my favorite character. Why? She's outspoken. Even though
Yeah.
she sometimes can just be a bitch sometimes, she's just
Yeah.
lucky that she married a husband who understands her. For me, I like I said in one comment I made, is not a typical African man, cannot
Mm,
tolerate her kind of behavior, and that is just
mm,
the truth. So for
yeah.
me, I
Mm,
love her, and I love the fact that okay, when it comes to like the pregnancy something, I
mm,
think not it's not every woman that goes through pregnancy happily.
mm,
I've seen this thing that is trending on Instagram as pregnancy will humble you.
mm,
I've also seen someone say that she humbled pregnancy. So from
mm.
people, pregnancy is two-way thing. I really understand why she doesn't want to do it. But I was surprised. Actually, what Queen did was just a spoiler for me because for me, I've not actually finished the show. I actually watching bit.
Oh,
Oh, Glory, please.
yeah. Oh my God, Chigozie, what happened? Please come back. Please come back, okay? Anyways, and whilst you're waiting for Chigozie to come back, we're going to quickly move on to Aisha. Hi, Aisha.
Hi, Glory. How are
Hi.
you?
You're welcome to the conversation.
Thank you, Glory. I'll first of all like to appreciate you. Like, I've always been on your show, just
Thank
watching,
you.
and I
Thank
love your
you.
analysis. But today, I
Thank
was like, I
you.
have to join the call because I really have a lot of things to say. Like, I can't be in the comment section alone.
Great. I'm glad you joined. Please, I want to hear your perspective of the show. All right. So please feel free. Analyze and analyze and analyze. Okay.
Okay, so my favorite actually is Zeina and Safa.
Okay.
I
The
really love
feedback.
their friendship. Yeah, I love their friendship. But for
Mm,
Safar, I think for some of her behaviors, I can't really relate with it. Like, I don't like it.
mm,
For example, when she's been a spoiled brat, no.
yeah.
But in terms of being loyal to your friends, like standing up with your friends, she's on an
Mm,
A game. She's
yeah.
definitely on top. And for
Yeah.
Zina, I just think I I really can relate with everything she's going through. It's not about her saying she has a lot of money, but it's been about you doing something you really love, even though
Yeah.
you might not be making that much, but you know you are working really hard for that money. So there's
True.
really value in how she portrays herself. And I don't
Yeah.
really see the gossips as something really bad, because let's be honest, we all do these things, especially when you
Mhm.
are with your friends or when you are with your clique. It's something
Yeah.
you do and it's not really bad. And I think there was this first one you said on your analysis, the one where she was like telling Safa about Farhana and then she kept quiet. We all have that moment.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
something
Yes.
we all do. But then I will still give it to Zeina. She's still bold. Like, if you
Mm-hmm.
should confront her, that is something I like in comparison
Mm-hmm.
to Ibrahim. She will tell you straight up, this is what I said. I said what I said,
Yeah.
and I'm standing on it. She's
Yeah.
not going to
Yeah.
shy away from it. And that is one thing I really love about Zeina. And about the workplace or no workplace, that's something I
Mm-hmm.
can't forget. I really have to talk about that. So
Yeah.
I think the main purpose why they went to the workplace is because they actually asked Ibrahim before, like, are you the one? And he was like, oh, no, no, no. It was really not straightforward. But then they really knew that he must have been the one and he was not ready to confess. And they don't
Mm.
really want to embarrass him. I think that was why they went to his workplace, which is not really like inside the kitchen when he was
Mm.
making something, but actually outside, like in the cafe when they were discussing things. And they didn't really want to make it like a scene until Ibrahim told them, like, this is something I usually tell my employee. And I'm like,
No,
damn,
Ibrahim was
really?
really rude. Ibrahim was
Really?
really
and
yeah.
and that was why they were telling him, like, oh, we are not your employee though. And he was still
Yeah.
repeating it. And I like what
And
they
he was like, you will soon be my employee. No, that was an insult. Oh my
exactly,
God. Ibrahim
exactly.
was
And
rude.
exactly. And Zeina and Safa did not even create a scene, to be honest. She
Mm.
carried that
True.
bag and left. Even though that was a cafe, she carried that bag and kind of like walked away. But for Danya, I think that was where I kind of like ate Danya personality, because
Mm.
you knew what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of like seems like an hypocrite, because
Mm.
you went with your friend instead of you to kind of like tell your friend, okay, something like what you are planning on doing is actually not the right way of going about it. Even if you want to
Mm.
complain about something like this, there are
Mm-hmm.
better ways you could do this. But because she also wants the drama, she
Yeah.
followed him and it was like, yeah, we are going to buy the complaint. Like, who does that? Why will you walk into your someone's office and like you want to buy the complaint? And I love the rest was like, I am the complaint and you can't buy me. That is not possible.
Honestly, the day we are going to analyze, I think that's episode 5. The day we're going to analyze episode 5, there's a lot to talk about that scene. That
Yeah, I
scene had
totally
a lot of
agree.
brain space, that scene.
Yeah, and I think it's just part of the slang you always say during the Big Brother Nigeria show. Like, you don't dictate what people bring
Mm.
into a fight. You said it
Exactly.
yourself. You are just going to put
Exactly.
this coffee this place. You knew that was like an attempt to
Mm-hmm.
make the other person angry. Why will you put it on
Provocation.
her desk? And she even
Mm-hmm.
tried to throw it back. And that was when you were even ready for the fight, because I watched it. I had to rewatch it
Mm-hmm.
like 4 times just to be sure that I'm getting the glimpse of it. She threw
Mm-hmm.
the coffee back, not with the fight, but just to throw the coffee. But then she was
Mm-hmm.
already ready for that fight. And she took it upon herself, like, okay, let's just start this.
Yeah.
Let's just start. And then you get outside, and then you call your husband immediately. I'm like, "Ah, I can't even remember. I was like, I
I
don't
she got
understand.
selective
Fearless
amnesia
voice, I
immediately.
don't understand.
Oh my god.
How can you call someone like immediately? That's like hypocrisy, man. Like Ibrahim was even telling her, call your husband. Call your husband. Like, even what if you call your husband, what will your husband do? Will he beat up Zeina? Ah,
You
do
know,
that.
Aisha, let's leave that fight scene for episode 5. because we have to dissect it one after the
Yeah,
other.
so
There's a
I'm
lot of
really
things that
waiting for
happen.
the analysis. I am waiting
Yeah.
for it. And for LJ, I think she's just a confused fellow. Sometimes, like, she's really going to be kind of like making sense, and you will kind of like relate with her, but then she will say something else and be like, does she really have like a brain? Because sometimes like she's really making sense, like you're feeling that like she's saying the right thing, but other times she's like, no, no, no. This
Hmm.
is not good. For example, when she wanted to go out with for the cake or something, I don't know what the
Hmm.
guy name is for the cake. You could have just told the guy, I'm not interested in you. I don't want to go out
Yeah.
with you. That's simple. Why do you have to embarrass him? You went out and you're like, oh my god, like I feel pity for the guy on his behalf.
It's
Like,
like one
wow,
mood
this is
swing.
like embarrassment. So yeah, sometimes she gets really hard, so childish. And when she
Yeah.
was also telling Ibrahim like what he did is wrong, you can't go to someone's complaint to say you want to buy the complaint. We all know that that is like a bad intention, not a good thing. That was
Yeah.
spot on. She was saying the truth.
Yeah.
But then when Ibrahim gave this fake apology, and she said, "Oh, now I think you should." It also makes sense for you to say you want to buy the complaint. Like, what the hell are you talking about? What is the justification for saying now
No,
you
don't think
appreciate that she wants to? I can't just relate with LJ. Like, she's just like a
so.
confused fellow for me. But then I
Yeah.
think for the other guys, I think they are really cool. Farhad, Kris,
Yeah.
DJ Bliss, I think they're really cool. I don't like
Married
Ibrahim.
men that don't want
Yeah,
drama.
I can't really have a friend like Ibrahim. He's just a
Hmm.
snitch. His behavior is kind of like irritating to me. It's like, I can't deal with this. I really can't. Because you start something, then you go in the middle of that conversation to tell that person, and you had all good. The conversation was
Hmm.
not even brought upon by Safa and Zeina, actually. They
Yeah.
didn't start that conversation. You and Danya
Hmm.
started the conversation, but then you went ahead to call Farhana, and it goes on and on. And for Farhana, I think I understand it is a hustle, but then we
Hmm.
also need to understand that different people have different kind of things. So in Nigeria, we're
Hmm.
both in Nigeria, Glory. So I can
Yeah.
say for our influencers, when they have like parties, it's usually their kind and caliber of people that attend that party because they
True.
all mutually benefit from that party. And not
True.
like Zena, which is not even benefiting, and it's kind of like uncomfortable to have like
Hmm.
camera in your face almost every time. So
True.
influencers go to influencers party.
Hmm.
Musicians go to musicians parties. Actors and
Hmm.
actresses often go to each other's parties. And not really
True.
like someone working in the corporate life coming to the parties of influencers. It sometimes gets uncomfortable, especially when you're supposed to be hosting your friends, but then you were
Hmm.
taking pictures and kind of like entertaining your friend. I don't think personally I also can tolerate that kind of thing. And I think
Hmm.
Zena kind of like tried to tell her in a kind of like
Hmm.
good way, but yeah, I understand Ryan as well. Like, there's no better way of saying it. You still get angry. That is definitely something. So
Hmm.
there's no way she wants to really say it. I just want to advise, like, if she wants to do something like that, it's just good for you to kind of like understand your circle of friends who likes
Hmm.
the social thing, the cameras, and who doesn't. Then you can just try to not invite them next time, or probably tell them beforehand, like, there's going to be a lot of cameras, and this is what they should expect. Then if they should
Hmm.
come, then that is definitely on them. Yeah,
Very
so
true.
I think that's all
Hmm.
I wanted to talk about. Thank you,
Thank you
Glory.
so much, Aisha. Thank you so much. And I really, the way you put it, I really understand what you mean, the whole Farada business, right? And I think another thing that Dina pointed out that was really internal for her was you invite people to a party, they show up for you, meaning they leave whatever obligations they have and they show up for you. And then you as the host, you don't even have their time. You're just busy going around creating content.
Exactly,
It's
exactly.
exhausting. Yeah, it's true. And also if you're a very private person, you don't want your face to
Mhm,
be on social media all the
exactly.
time.
Mhm.
And what you said, yeah, when you go to
Yep.
most of these influencers events, most of the
Mhm.
time, You will just see your face on the video, and you're wondering, how did I get here? How
Exactly.
did I? Yeah, I mean, I went for an event sometime this year, early this year, and I was having a conversation with someone, and I was just trying to be low key at the event. Before I knew it, I saw my face on the video production company that was invited to cover the event, and they just captured me and the person having a conversation. Like, what the hell? I didn't even want anybody to know I was here. So
Exactly.
it can be very unsettling. It can be very annoying when people without your consent just every time they're in your face, the cameras are there, do that kind of thing. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Aisha. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Glory.
All right. We're gonna
Hello,
begin.
Glory.
Hi,
Good
Peters.
evening.
Can you hold on
This
for a
is
second?
Juice Peaches. This is Juice Peaches.
Hi, Juice Peters. So sorry, yeah.
Hi, Glory.
Chigozie is back, okay, and he was going to finish what he was saying. So let me
Okay.
just give him the time to just finish what he was saying, okay, because he got disconnected from us before. My sincere apologies. Chigozie, are you there?
Hi, Glory. Sorry, I actually though my laptop was not plugged. I've been working with
Oh,
it
okay,
a
okay,
long
okay.
time, so it actually
Yes.
turned off. Um,
Okay. I'm
so,
glad.
um, so like I was saying, about Safa's pregnancy situation, I don't really like
Yeah.
to do spoiler alerts because we have not finished the series. I'm taking it bit by bit. It's very juicy for me. So,
Yes.
no spoilers alert. Uh-huh. So, like I said, that every woman goes through situation, and it's just recently that people started talking about postpartum depression when it comes to
Mm,
pregnancy.
yeah.
So for me, I felt that was what happened to her, and she didn't really like that. That's why she was saying that she wanted some years before she gets pregnant again. But I was surprised hearing that that at the end of the season that she already got pregnant. Oh, it's okay.
Hi.
Yeah. But another thing was like this the Valentine present and then the dinner that her husband took her to. Like it
Mm,
was one of I think it's the Eye of Dubai. That was where
yeah.
her husband took her to dinner for Valentine
Yeah.
dinner. And after everything, this man was not satisfied.
And she was
No,
still asking for the house, so even at the
he was
dinner.
asking to her. No, let me get to the face of the house first of all. I saw this face and I was like, please, that this is someone's. This is like if it's in Lagos, that they can turn this her that her closet room into a two-bedroom or three-bedroom apartment. And he's saying it's not enough. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Why is it not enough for you? Why is it not
Oh,
enough for you? Ah, for
true.
me, some
True.
persons can never be satisfied. But I was not
Yeah.
really happy with what she did to her. At least, even if she didn't like it, there is something like fake smile.
Mm-hmm.
At least let show your sign of appreciation first of all before you now
Yeah.
start complaining. But at the end, she still used the space for her fashion gig and all those things.
Mm.
And then coming to Ibrahim, the first time I saw Ibrahim from that date, he went with LJ.
Yes.
The first impression he gave me was that he's a member of LGBT community, and
Oh,
in Arab world, it's not an official practice there. So maybe
yeah.
that's why he's keeping it to himself. But
Yeah.
it's not something that he can hide for a very long time. It's not something that is even hiding. It's obvious. Even though that
Mm-hmm.
his mom is trying to find him a wife by all means, but you can see that it's through his actions. He doesn't need to tell you that he's a member of that community. Through his action,
And I
through his
feel like the mom knows too. What do you think? I feel like the mom knows his true identity, and maybe just as regular practice because he's a public figure. Maybe the wife is just trying, rather the mom is just making it look like a cover that, oh, my son is actually actively looking for a wife. What do you think?
yes, I think so. I think so. Maybe the mom is just trying to like protect him or trying to
Hmm.
like find someone so that it won't be like, oh, it's obvious that he's a member
Yeah.
of LGBT. So that maybe if he gets married, has a child or two, and
Yeah.
then people can now be convinced that he's not a member of LGBT community.
True.
Uh-huh.
True.
So, but his date with LJ, like I said, it won't work. That relationship will not work. LJ
Mm.
is actually looking for someone to the status of her late husband, someone who is
Yeah.
within that age and within that wealth age range. It can never
Mm.
happen with anybody who is not within that age range or wealth
Mm.
range. That's for LJ. And
Mm.
also for the influencer lady, I understand that she's
Mm.
actually doing her job and everybody should actually help. I actually understand that she's doing her job. It's actually what she does to get a living, to feed herself, to
Yeah.
actually do things for herself. But for me, is that people who are saying that oh they don't like publicity. But you signed up for a show like this. Why are
Mm.
you signing up for a show like this if you don't want the publicity that comes with it? And then you see
Mm.
somebody doing publicity. I understand that sometimes that people don't really like it, but
Mm.
the fact remains that it's what she does for a
Mm.
living. So people should just acknowledge it. That's it.
Yeah.
Because social media is a new oil money now. Fintech is a new
Mm.
oil money now. So people should
Yes.
just acknowledge it. But for me, I really love the show and it's over. Sorry, Glory, I have to run now, but the
Okay.
show is amazing. I love it and I
Thank you
love the
so
analysis.
much.
So what I'm doing is that before you analyze any episode, I'll watch
Yeah.
it. So when you analyze it, I can recall back to the events that happened in it. So
Yeah.
yeah, next week. I hope to see you much better next week.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chigozie. And I really, you see, what you said makes a lot of sense. For people that like their privacy, you're on a public show. What is the difference? It makes a lot of sense. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And what's her name now? Zena. I think Zena never did the sponsorship and the sponsor thing. And I'm also wondering, so okay, this show, well, in a way, it's kind of sponsored. So what you're running away from, in a way, you are retracting yourself and you're being sunken into that thing you're running away. Anyway, thank you so much, Chigozie. Thank
All right,
you.
see ya.
Bye. So we're gonna quickly move on to Julius Cheetah. Hi,
Hi, Glory. I'm
how
very,
are
very happy
you?
to meet you today. You're my
You're
model, you know.
oh
I've
really?
been on, yeah, I've been on your platform for some time now, but I've not been given this chance like this before. And thank you
Wow.
very much.
Thank you so much.
So, with this Dubai Bling stuff,
Yeah.
it's getting my head turning.
Ah.
Because, it's just like the real housewife of Lagos, they have
Yeah. I
some
do.
kind of similarities.
True.
And my best, my best cast members for this Dubai Blings, I can say Ibrahim and Zeina, because they are
Hmm.
the juicy parts of the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you like Ibrahim?
So Ibrahim is making it lively though, although
Yeah.
it's like childish, just like mommy's son, but
Yeah.
they make people enjoy the show. They
Yeah.
make people enjoy the show. And although it brings a lot of drama, I rightly said, somebody wrote on the comment section that it's a big gossip. He like
Yeah.
to like, he likes the ladies award. He feels so free talking with the ladies more than the men, as I can see, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. He's
But
more expressive with the ladies.
he likes going to affairs with the ladies because if you look quite well, he's not having problems with men.
Mm-hmm.
So
True.
like the Zainab issue, comparing with a lady, this lady works hard for her money.
Mm-hmm.
She works hard for her money. So the fight was not called for.
Yeah.
Taking your friend to attack that lady was not good.
Mm.
And Zainab and a good friend, Safa, that's a naughty bitch too. That lady, for me, it seems as
She's just very proud about the husband's money or what. She pours out everything on the show,
Mm.
and their friendship is like a good one. Although I see Zeina really begging for it. For me, as I can see. Yes,
Zina
because he
begging for
goes to the
friendship with
wardrobe. Zina, yeah, Zina. He goes to the wardrobe, he takes handbags, he takes dresses, he like go for his fashion, go for a fashion. And you see, oh, they're good,
no, that
friendship
scene.
goals.
You remember that
Yeah.
scene where Zina went to
Mm-hmm.
move Safa's handbag? It wasn't like she was
Yeah.
gonna do this. Remember, Lojain was gonna organize a charity event where they were
Yeah.
to raise funds for out of school girls, and she had
Yeah.
begged her good friends to donate some one luxury item or the other from their closet, right?
Yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
Safa had invited Lojain and Zina to, was it Lojain or LJ, that she had invited them to her house to help her pick something.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Dina was just playing with her, to release one of her Birkin's bag,
Okay.
and she
Okay.
knows
Okay.
that
Okay.
Papa is obsessed with Birkin. Yeah, so it wasn't like Dina was gonna take it. Yeah.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Mhm.
Then
And
you
then it's
have
speaking in
LG.
Arabic and English sometimes. So one has to be
Yeah.
reading, yes, one has to be reading the translation. Yes.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Then we have the Brianna stuff. For
Yeah.
me, it's like, yes, Brianna is very cool in the show, the way I'm
Okay.
watching. It's like she is so cool. She doesn't like show the potential she has. She's like into the husband that much. You understand? Although the man too is a good man. I also enjoy
Hmm.
DJ Bliss. I
Sorry,
like
about Brianna.
LG's.
Let me ask you
I
about
said,
Brianna. Do you think
yeah.
Brianna is being intimidated? Do you think she's feeling intimidated by the other ladies' wealth in the group?
For me, I think it's like, these people, they have just come to Dubai, right? And they are not the real locals. As Queen rightly said, Queen Momo, she
Mm-hmm.
gave a very big view about the cast members. And I
Mm-hmm.
think she got a lot to talk about it because if you see, she's like, that word to use is the right word. She's like trying to be
Hello.
down to earth like this, frightened, you see, with the class
Okay.
of the ladies. But she can keep up to the game because she has a good man, you see. She has a very
Mm.
good man, and the man is wealthy enough. So for me, I don't
Mm.
see her to be behaving like that. Just
Mm.
like LG. LG is a very, very good lady because if you see, he organizes occasions in her family house. She
Mm-hmm.
invites people, and even those who are not cast members. And she's
Mm.
like missing the mom a lot. When she sees from the other girls what they do with their own mothers, she's like, but I'm afraid that maybe she's scared of the father or what. But there must be something, There must be
Mm-hmm.
something about that lady. She's a very good woman. She's a very good woman. And for
Oh.
Ibrahim, his main deal is his wealth. He wants that this cast member should see that he's top. You see, that he's top. Is top in the crew members. I mean, in the cast for this Dubai Bling that he has the wealth, like owning the restaurant and having a position like the sole proprietor of the business. You understand? So that's why he's like making Zeina to be so low
Mm.
in the
Okay.
show, which is not good. Yes, which is not good at all.
Mm.
So
All right.
literally, I'm very, very happy. I'm very, very happy, Chloe. I'm very
Yeah.
happy because you're doing a lot and I really
All
enjoy the show.
right.
I'm so
Thank you
happy
so much,
talking to
Julia.
this day. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you very
much.
much.
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, we're gonna quickly move on to Latricia. Hi.
Hi,
Hello.
Chloe. Hi,
Hi, Bliss. How are you?
I'm good yourself.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm so happy that you are here. You're following the show. I'm super excited because I really want to know your thoughts about the cast members.
The cast members, Lori, I haven't really gave myself enough time to watch the show. I was catching cloud here and there. I had a hectic 2 weeks, the past 2 weeks, but I am next week. I think I'll be on par. But firstly,
Mm.
let me start by saying, with the show, I was so super excited to know that this show is coming and all that. It was enticing to me that I want to watch
Yeah,
this because I thought it's going to give us the side of the Arab that we never got on their Real
mm,
Housewives, because the Real
yeah,
Housewives did not also give us that side. Um,
mm,
Partly, I'm saying they are showing us, yes, the bling of Dubai, but I understand because it says Dubai. It doesn't say the whole
mm,
country. You understand? But then
yeah,
there is this thing about Arabs, the things that we know about Arabs, how they live, and those people are very wealthy, wealthier than what we are seeing there, wealthier than what we are seeing in their Real Housewives. There's people who are very rich, and their way of their traditional ways and the way they dress. You understand? So I thought
yeah,
we are going to see, yes, when they said the bling, I thought we are going to see all those parts. Let me make an example with your Real Housewives of Lagos. There was the
yeah,
bling part, and then there was also where you will get the traditional part of it. Somebody will say, oh, Nigerians also do this. You get that? So
yeah,
with them, we are really not getting it, but it's understandable because not all of them are from what we are
yeah,
hearing, are not originally from there. They are not Arab, all of them and all that. Then going to the
yeah.
cast members, let me start by saying I want to talk about the guy of the show, Ibrahim.
Ibrahim. You
Ibrahim.
play the guy of the show.
Ibrahim, it's not a question of I like him or I don't like him, but Ibrahim is that person who is there. He is in the show. Whether you like it
Yes,
or not, you will notice him. It's either you
yes,
like him, and if you don't like him, whatever that you don't like, you get it 100%. If you like
of
him,
course.
you get 100%. If you see him childish, you get it 100%. If you see him a gossip, you get it 100. Everything that he does it to the core. So he is there. You see him lesbian, I mean gay, you get it all. Everything that he
Of
does, you get it to the core. So I truly appreciate him. He is the show. He is there, that guy. That guy, when if it's scripted or whatever, Ibrahim, you deserve it. You deserve an Oscar for it. No, he's good. He's good. So he is there in the show before you can even think of liking or saying you like whoever. But when you think of them, you just think of him. And most of them, their names, I'm confusing them because as I'm saying that, I was catching cloud watching while busy writing, while doing this. You understand? But I
yeah.
also want to appreciate you, Glory. You are a God
Mm.
saver. When somebody gets that 10 minutes and is stressed or off work and we watch your things, you get the update. You really save us. Some of us, we don't have time to watch this thing, not even to catch up. There is an option of catching up. We don't even have time even to catch up. So we really, really appreciate you for what you're doing. And
Yeah.
going to, let me start with the couple, the one, the surrogacy story. Um,
Okay,
I'm,
so
I'm, I'm
Farhana.
Yes, yes. I don't know from my side. I don't think that lady was supposed to do the way she did. Yes, being pregnant, we have our different experiences and all that. We respect what she is saying and all that. But then on top
Mm.
of that, she even mentions the issue of her body and whatever with the husband who has so much money that after that she can go to the beauty therapist, the whatevers, and they do over her. She does a full body makeover or whatever they call it. She can do that. And looking at that husband, I think he is more of a Arab man who believes, because Arab people believe that they must have children. That is their purpose. That's why they make sure that they are in business. They make money so that they can grow their name. That is being a man. So, and I'm like, I'm disappointed in this woman. And this guy, maybe with all the things that he is doing for her, it was a way of trying to make her want also to give back by give. And even it's not giving back having children, you will also benefit from those children. They are also your children. But then the issue of surrogacy and thinking of
how their tradition, how strict they are. And I was like, but I think this lady somewhere, somehow, she's unfair. If you are unable to, if you can't, it's understandable, Glory, if you want for surrogates. But then if you can, oh, I mean, marriage, relationship, it's a give and take. There is something that he will also compromise. There is something that you are also compromising in at the same time. And unfortunately, they can't be pregnant, men. It's us who are given that opportunity. It's our inheritance from God. Unfortunately for them, they have to give the seed and then we give the baby. That's how it goes. I am not saying ladies, we must be baby makers left, right, and center and all that. But then at least in a marriage, that's why they say it's an alliance. You give this, you give that. That's why we are not the same in a marriage. It's a male and a female. Although we live in a modern world now, there is the LGBT, what the big alphabet, Yes. And then and moving to the to the influencer. What's her name?
Farhana.
Yes, the influencer. There are two
Yes.
things that I would like to talk about, more especially about her party. Um,
Yes.
she is an influencer. They were saying hey, there were sponsors and all that and all that. Obviously, for someone with so much influence like her, obviously sponsors will come. Some
Yes.
sponsors she will not ask. They will just come and say, when you make something, call us, because they are also on business. They know that being there sponsoring her, it's business in a way. It's
Yes.
market in a way. So whether
Yes.
we like it or not, if you are that high or that much of an influencer at that level that she is in, it is likely to
Mm.
happen because they know that their brand will sell, or they are trying for their brand to sell. And here we are to show that it worked. Here we are talking about them. Even the people at the party, they were talking about those brands. That is what the brands want. And then
Yes.
two, now where I'm a little bit against her. She made a 5 day party. Yes, influencers do that. I want to make an example. There is this one lady who made a party, those people. And then when she dished out the invitations, there was an invitation for couples, people who are couples who are married. There was an invitation for single people, and then there was an
Mm.
invitation for who? For there was the third one. The third one, what was it for? I don't remember. Then with us, with the friends, only
Yes.
friends, whether married or not married, it was us the friends, because I fitted in two. So and when we were talking about it, and I asked her, but why are you making it like that? She said, you know what? Knowing the person that I am, I don't want to invite people with different interests, because then the
Mm.
next thing, something is going out and then it's working against the person. Let's say you invite a non-married somebody and a married person. Maybe they are seen just talking, asking how much is that thing or whatever. Somebody takes a picture of them and it goes viral. That is not
Mm.
proper. So she said, I'm avoiding
Yes.
that because of the person that I am. I want you guys to be comfortable. So when I say for single people, I want you, when you start mingling with my other single males, you be free.
Mm.
Then on that day, I know that I'm strict. There are no pictures. There are no what you get that. So
True.
I like the way she did it. So I think with her, it fits because she made more than one party. One party, she should have
Mm.
made it for people who do not want to be in the spotlight. Then the rest of the
Mm.
parties, let it be the parties of the sponsors and the pictures and the influencers and the all that, just to
Yeah.
so that everybody can be accommodated, and also for the purpose of their show. It's me. I think it would have worked better in that way. And
I totally
moving
agree
on
with you, Latricia. Sorry
to
for
yeah,
jumping in like
okay.
that. I totally agree with you because if you compare Farhana's party with the party that Lojain threw on Valentine's Day for single women or separated or divorced women or widowed
Mm,
women, you will see the difference. Lojain was very
yes,
intentional about celebrating women who were alone on Valentine's
yes,
Day.
yes,
Even the ones that
yes,
were married, but their husbands were not in town, that party was strictly for them so that they do not feel alone or neglected or out of place. So I totally agree with what you're saying. Yeah.
yes,
Please
hundred
continue.
percent. And
Yes.
then moving on to the Chris, is Chris,
Yes.
the Australian, eh? Yes.
Yes.
Chris.
I also like him. Yeah, I like him. I like him and his is it a girlfriend, fiance? They're engaged,
Yeah,
eh? Fiance. Yes.
Diana.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like them. But then there was this thing that I didn't, unless if maybe I missed it, I didn't get the part, even with the other lady whom her husband, they divorced, and then the husband, the children are with the husband, if I got it right. I think we also
Okay,
spoke about it. Yes,
Lojain.
I never got to hear them talking about like the issue of co-parenting, more especially because within them there is someone who grew up without without the mother, or without the relationship with the mother or something, but the mother
Mm-hmm.
is still there. So I thought it would somehow trigger them, or remind them of something. Okay, understanding the lady who cannot have her children back because of the custody of the children was given to the father and all that, and then knowing the Arabic people, they can be something else. I remember there was a very big case where a person took the children because she had children with a white person, had children with an Arabic person. When the relationship ended, it was all tears. Somehow, I don't know, people with money, let me just put it that way. She ended up losing the kids. I don't know what happened from there. I was somehow out of it, yes. So I understood her part, although it is still unfair because of the laws that they put, because even if they no longer stay with them, but then they are still the parents, just to give the child for the weekends or whatever arrangements that they have that will be fitting to their cultures and all that. So
Yeah.
I never got to hear them talking about it. Okay, for her, for that lady, I understand knowing how their culture is, and because we don't know the merits of the reason why the custody was given that side. And but for this
Mm-hmm.
other one who was divorced, I never heard them. And there is one lady also who has a child who is separated to the husband. I never got to hear them touching it, but
Farhana.
maybe it is still, yeah, it is still coming, that part where we will hear
Yeah.
them talking about their co-parenting, because Vahana also, when she talks, it's as if I like the way you analyzed it when you say it's as if the father is non-existing, is went AWOL, is no longer doing
Yeah.
anything and all that, which I don't think that could be the case as well. I also
Yeah.
want to agree with you on that one. So, but over and above, it is really an interesting show. I wanted to say something also about, oh, that DJ, hey, that DJ is
DJ Bliss.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah. He is a very good DJ. I haven't been to his things, but then hearing here and there, and when I got a chance that side, and when yeah, no,
Yeah.
and he is on top of the games of the DJs.
Yeah.
He has reached the ceiling. Let me say, he has reached the ceiling. And I also wished that they could show us. There is a lot of things happening in Dubai. These people are not giving it to us. It will be better if we get it on reality shows, glory, to understand them, because some of the things now you want to say them, but then you are not sure if you say them. Hey, those Arabic people are very rich. They will eat you alive. They will eat you alive. So I'm telling you, there are things that now I'm holding myself that, hey, must I say this one? Because, for example, there is African restaurants in Dubai, African for us, not for us, but then that will cater you if you are less for food that are from Africa, and there is the waitresses or waiters are robots. I was hoping to see such things that we don't have them in from our country. But anyway, it is an
Mm-hmm.
interesting show. But then I also wished to see that part of the richest of Dubai, the golden streets of Dubai, where with those women wearing, that those outfits, they don't show their hair and all that, wearing long dresses, but you can see that this person is super rich and living like a queen. I wish we could see those things, but unfortunately, we are seeing the more modern and more multicultural. I can say multicultural because some of them are from
Yeah.
there, or this one from there. Yes, I just wished that we could see that. But let's keep watching. Maybe it will go to that.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Letitia. And I totally agree with you. And I don't know, but it seems like these reality TV shows coming from Dubai, I feel like they're kind of testing the waters, trying to test the people's reaction to those shows to see if people are going to embrace them. Because I remember when the Real Housewives of Dubai came up, that was early this year, right after Real Housewives of Lagos was almost coming to an end. And
Yes.
one of those elites, like the actual billionaire elite from Dubai, did a video and was really dragging the show. That the show does not really portray or represent how typical elite, real housewives from Dubai actually behave, because the person obviously was not really pleased with some of the things that was shown on the show. I did not really follow up through with that show, but the person was not really pleased. And the person was just dragging the show. And it was almost like a cancel culture thingy. They almost canceled the show, but then the show survived. Yes. So with this Dubai Bling, I don't know. Maybe that's another reason they kind of did not put the actual real people that are from Dubai, but maybe that's why they just brought people from different countries, that kind of just got swallowed up
Oh.
from Dubai, so I don't know. But I'm really looking forward to seeing season two to see if there'll be more diversity or if they'll really go down to the grassroots to bring out the actual Dubai culture. Because to be very honest, it's just like me that's from Nigeria now. I can tell you that from Nigeria we have Igbos, we have Yorubas, we have Hausas. I can talk about the different tribes, different ethnic groups, but with Dubai, to be very honest, I don't know. The place is just so international in that sense. There are people from different countries worldwide that
Mm,
just
mm,
make their home there, and then they get assimilated into the culture and whatever exists over there in Dubai. So I'm really hoping that when season two comes out, if there will be a season two, that they really, really show more, about the real Dubai itself. We know that Dubai is a tourist attraction, the beautiful structures.
yes.
And you see, what you said is also true about the cars that the cast were driving. Honestly, I wasn't really surprised. I wasn't really impressed like that. There wasn't really a wow factor with
Mm,
the cars. And
yes.
the reason for that
Mm,
is because I have seen young Nigerians that have relocated to Dubai by virtue of being students and then they got a job. And even one or two of them that I know that are into content creation, you will see if you see the kind of cars they drive. Like I know one that has a G Wagon, that has the latest Range Rover. I know another one. Like it's like when you're in Dubai, you can easily buy whatever kind of luxury thing you want if you can
you
afford it,
want,
right?
yes,
Yes.
yes,
So I
yes.
was expecting to see all those crazy internet stories. On the internet you can see, oh, the richest families in Dubai that they literally converted their cars into a gold plated model. So I was expecting to see that
Mm.
kind, of wealth. I
Exactly,
wasn't really
exactly. That's
seeing
what when I saw the word bling, I thought, here it comes. And in
it.
Dubai, it's one of those countries. The EAU. It's one of those countries like I also know USA. You can like the Uber, the Uber taxi car. With us, it's cars.
Yeah.
There are
Mm-hmm.
people who do that with a private jet. They call a
Mm-hmm.
private jet like they call a Uber, but then obviously it's those people you will not even be able to get the app. I don't know if they do it by app or what. With this one, I was expecting to see that this thing of saying, okay, I will get a private jet because it's quickly or whatever, something like that. I was expecting to see those things because they have that access. Unlike with us, a private jet is a private jet. You must buy it, you must have it, and all those things. But then with them, you can call it like you call a Uber, but then it is those people, the rich people that can
Mm-hmm.
do that. That's why I
Yeah.
was disappointed, and at the same time, I understood that maybe she was trying to send that message. That lady who was not impressed because they put her on a chopper or whatever. But then I still said, I mean, you qualify to be in the bracket of saying somebody is a gold digger and all that, but then it's unfair because she was married, she loved her husband. But then for her to treat that guy the way she did, I did not appreciate it. I said, it is the highest level that this guy can go. And then if somebody goes to his highest level, that shows respect. And what makes something valuable is the respect that comes with it. It's pointless to be in a private jet and maybe you are told you are called a beach, for example. So she was supposed to appreciate it, even though maybe she feels that no, this guy cannot afford me. It is still okay, but then you appreciate what they did You don't make them feel less of themselves. You protect their ego. Although you know it happens, Lori, that you are pursued by someone that you feel that, you know what, he's not a bad guy, but then not for me, not my kind of taste. But then you talk
Yeah.
nicely to a person as long as the person is not being disrespectful. So for her to be the way she did, as if she is it was an inconvenience or something, I honestly did not appreciate it. But then
Yeah.
after that, I thought that's where maybe she will show us the gist of calling a
Mm.
Uber whatever things that we
Yeah.
we never get to see, you know. So, but anyway, it is what it is. But then, yeah,
Yeah.
it was a beautiful show and all that. We appreciate your analysis.
Thank
Keep
you.
doing it. Keep it up,
Thank
my dear.
you. Thank you,
Mm.
Latricia. And please, oh, I'm glad Omar has joined the conversation. Please, anybody else that wants to join the conversation, please join in. This is the part where I want to talk about the surrogacy thing, okay? So, this is what I felt when, what's her name now? When Safa was
Mm.
complaining about her pregnancy journey. When she was complaining about her body. To be very honest, even though I don't have a child of my own yet, in a weird way, I could actually relate 100% because, one, I have my fears, right?
Mm.
I am very scared of the whole idea, the whole reality of getting pregnant and having a child. I am very
Mm.
scared because I have sisters. Yeah, I have sisters who have 3 kids, 4 kids, even 5. And on maybe one or two occasions when I was chanced to see when I was not in school doing one thing or the other out of this state, yes, I've seen my sisters when they were pregnant, at least two of them, and oh my god, it was the most inconvenient period of their life, and I was asking myself, do I
Mm.
really want to go through this? So it created this sort of phobia in my head.
Yes.
Yes, I am. If I tell you it is one thing I am really scared in this journey of being a woman, I am so scared of being pregnant, of of delivering, of having a child. I'm just so scared of the entire process of it all. And another thing I'm also very scared of is my weight. So right from when I was still a teenager, I took fitness very, very serious to the point that if I just notice that okay, I'm leaving my size 8 size, I start panicking and then I start watching what I'm eating and then if I can, if I
Oh.
have time. Yeah, so those two things are my fears. And I know that they are so connected. I know that there's no way I'm gonna get pregnant and have a child that I will not grow larger in size. So they are
Mm.
so intertwined that they are my biggest phobias in this life. Like nothing else scares me more than those two things. They scare the hell out of me. So when Safa was explaining the way she felt, I felt like she was describing my fears. And so when she talked about the option of surrogate, to be very honest, in my naive little mind, I was like, well, if that's going to take away all the stress, if you can afford it, why not? Honestly, that was what I was thinking. I'm like, why not? Why not? Because I just felt like, oh wow, I could relate. But then I don't know because I've never been a mother. I don't know. So, Lucita, what do you think happens when a woman? No, not what you think because you are a mother yourself. So, what happens? What do you think Safa is scared of? What do you think she's looking? Because you've already experienced pregnancy and childbirth and having your own kids. So why do you
Uh,
think Safa was scared? What is that thing she's running away from?
you know what she is going through. I don't know what they call it, the in the medical terms maybe, but then what she is going through is normal. There are people by birth, by nature of birth, they are not how can I put it, best candidates of children. You find people who will notice a child, even if it's not her child, that no, this child is about to fall and notice it quickly and grab the child. But then you find people
Mm.
who get irritated when a child touches them. The child is not doing anything. Just when a child touches them, they get irritated. But it's not
She
that they are
Mm.
doesn't
bad
have
people. They just
motherly instinct. We call it motherly instinct. It's the instinct she doesn't have.
Oh,
Hmm.
Yes, they,
okay.
they, they don't really have it because also I was when growing up I was scared of being pregnant, not for the weight or in my case, I was scared of the labor pain. I was scared of this incident of dying after giving birth. Oh, that thing, that is my greatest trauma. When I'm pregnant, I'm already on day last thinking that, oh God, let nothing happen to me, because those people who die after giving birth, they did not choose to. We don't know what happened, but maybe it was, and it's been there for years and years. We see gynecologists and all that, but then things still do happen. Those are my two fears. But then yes, I still managed. And as for the labor pain, I was lucky, because I don't experience labor, but which is dangerous because I will only see by the membranes breaking, meaning the water coming out. You understand? So which is very much risky, and then I will start feeling like I'm constipated and all that. I don't really get that sharp pain, and when I get to hospital, they put all the machines, and then the gynecologist will be saying, "I'm seeing the pain here. It's now on. You are dilating, whatever." And I'll say, "I don't feel anything. I just feel like I want to go to the toilet." That is that. But then those are my two fears: labor pain and dying after birth. But what she is going through, I also understand. You find, I have a friend who is like that. She has one child as well. She once explained it to me and said, "Friend, please understand. I get irritated by a child breathing or sitting next to me." So like the other lady saying that the motherly instinct doesn't kick in. Like it would kick in with me when I see a child needing help or something or crying. I'll be concerned that there's a baby crying. Some children will say, that baby's making noise. You understand? So I think that what she's going through, it's her nature. It's not that maybe she's a bad person, but like I said, she needs to compromise. It's a matter of compromising for her to get it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Queen, thank God as a therapist you're here. Let me throw the same question to you. What exactly do you think is Safa's real problem, with the whole childbirth and all?
Okay, so first thing first, let me just say, everything Safar said, I totally agree with. Personally speaking, I'm not really a big fan of kids. I feel like they're like, I have nieces and nephews. I'm godmothers to a couple of my friends' kids, but I'm the kind of person that I love kids from a distance. You get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I like, for example, like I can babysit a kid, but I know that 5 o'clock the mother is coming to pick the child up. You get what I'm saying? I'm not taking the child. I'm not taking the child home. I haven't come into my. I'm actually getting worried because I don't look forward to having kids. I don't want to have kids, and I thought that when I was 16, I thought it was a joke. Now that I'm 27, it's still not changing. You get what I'm saying? It's not changing because it's about the couple of things I have to think about. Like, I'm afraid of child delivery because you know that, and Black women are dying quicker than any other race when it comes to giving birth. I'm worried about pregnancy because me on a normal day, my hormone is already imbalanced. Now imagine pregnancy on top of my own matter. You get me? And then I feel like also like the weight gain because I'm a plus size girl, but like I've stayed in the range of 14 to 16. I don't want to ever go higher. You get what I'm saying? And it's because of my laziness that I haven't even lower, but you get the concept. Like I like to keep my weight is pretty much maintained. So when she was saying all of those things, I could understand where she's coming from. But one thing she has to be honest with herself was, Safi does not give me mother vibes. She didn't want to be a mother. She just happened, because that's another thing that I feel like females need to be honest with themselves. There's a lot of females these days, especially in my own generation, they will get married. And when you get married, what is expected of you afterwards? To have a baby. But these females don't want to. But they feel like they're being forced to do it, which is why she wanted to take the surrogate road. Me, I'm all for surrogacy if you can afford it. But at the same time, the purpose of surrogacy is for people that are having problem conceiving, and it's an alternative solution for them, not somebody that is well enough to carry a child. Safi was well enough, she was healthy enough to carry a child. If she was to do surrogacy, it was coming from a place of selfishness, not a solution. She was finding a solution to a problem that she herself could solve. You get what I'm saying? But she didn't want to solve it. She didn't want to solve it. honestly, I don't blame her. Pregnancy is not easy. I've seen all these women. I'd be like, yo, is this what I gotta look forward to? Like my mom, like my mother's on the phone right now. She's like, you're 27. When are you getting married? And I'm just like, yo, leave me alone. But you get the concept, like
Yeah.
it's like a big pressure. So I don't feel like Safi wanted a kid at all. I think she just wanted to be baby girl for life. But guys like that, guys like what's her husband's name? Fuhad. He wants multiple. He wants multiple kids. He wants kids. You know that guys. I feel like when it comes to childbirth and stuff like that, I feel like male or the male gender is pretty like selfish too, because I have a friend right now that me and him are going on a battle. My friend wants 7 kids, and I'm just like, what girl is unfortunate enough to marry to get 7 kids? It's not easy to even. No, and he's in America, and he said he wants 7 kids, and I'm just like, yo, bruh, 7 kids, but you
Like
want her
she's
to
just pinning them with her wood.
like, yeah, you want her to be a full-time worker. You want her to work. Because you know that in Nigeria, like, let's use for example, let me use example. In Africa, right? You still, not in Africa, they believe that model of it takes a village to raise a child. But in America, it's kind of harder.
Please go on, Queen. Queen, are you there?
Child.
Hello? Queen?
$2,000, oh. Can you hear me?
Sorry. Yeah, we lost you for a bit. Please.
Oh, I said that. Did you know that in America, for quality care, it's $2,000 a month for quality child care? I'm not talking about people that brought their mother to come and live with them to be taking care of child, though. I'm saying that if I have a child, I take the child to daycare. It's expensive. Then I have to have
you
a
mean
career.
daycare? $2,000 a month.
$2,000.
Wow.
We're not talking about hospital visit, though. We're talking about taking them to a daycare facility in America. It's $2,000 a month.
Wow.
We're not talking about. So I feel like males in general are unrealistic with their expectation of their wives. You want a big family. You came from a big family, so you want a big family. Did you think about the pressure it could be on your wife's body? Do you know about her fears? A lot of women don't make out. Earlier this year, my boyfriend's sister died in Nigeria from giving birth.
Wow.
They told her not to do it, and she did it because her husband wanted more kids. And she died, unfortunately, because of that.
Are not really having.
These are conversations that people are not having. Let me tell you something. I always tell females, let me tell you, my sister, let me tell you. That's why when I see a woman and she has 1 kid and her family member is like, when are you going to have another one? Thunder will fire that family member. Because that one that she has, let me tell you something. One kid, 1 child gone self. You see, in the Nigeria, I like to be technical. I like technicalities. Shebi, they said a woman is barren. She did not have kids. If she has 1, it takes her away from that barrenness. But at the same time, it doesn't notion. Not all females are healthy enough to have a child. Not all females want kids. I feel like society has pressured and made it seem like the value and worth of a woman is based on the amount of kids she can have.
Exactly.
And it's crazy to me, which is why Safi, she was being unrealistic because her husband wanted more kids. If her and her husband, that's why I tell people all the time, in a relationship, when you people are dating, when it's sweeting you people, sit your ass down and have these honest conversations with each other. Do you want kids? How many kids do you want? How many are you trying to negotiate? Don't just assume. And then when you get there, the man will say, I want 5 kids. And you just like, oh, guy, I can only afford 1. That is how then the guy will not justify outside. I feel like all these conversations. So Safi had a kid because her husband was not. You notice that after she at the last episode she was pregnant.
Yeah.
She didn't have a choice. She didn't have a choice because her husband did not want surrogacy. She wanted surrogacy. That's why I feel like these are honest conversations that people need to have. Safi she didn't have motherly instinct because Safi doesn't give me a hands-on mother that she doesn't play about her kids. She doesn't give me that vibe at all.
At all.
I feel like, these are a lot of conversations that people need to have. People need to really have these kind of conversations. Like people, Nigerian as a community, I know I'm not even speaking about Dubai now, but I feel like in general, women, women are like, I feel like women were programmed and created to just marry, have kids. They don't really care about, no, society doesn't really care about anything else a woman can offer except for those things. And I'm trying to let people know in this society that these days, women don't really want all those things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Women don't really want all
True.
those things. Like, let's think about this. What's it called? I know you for a fact, Glory. How many marriages do you know that is just everybody's just managing themselves? I never married, but all the marriages I see around me, everybody's just managing. They're all unhappy. What makes you people think I want to do that to myself?
So
What
like
makes you
it's
people
like
think I want to have
packing up.
what makes you people think that I want to have kids and not be motherly instinct and I just have them? I'm close to them, but not close to them enough. Like, these are conversations people need to have. People are being forced to
Mm-hmm.
do things that they're not trying to do because, and then and I know that people in the comments will be like, but nobody forced them to marry. No, but in the society that we live in and we were raised in, marriage is supposed to be a prize. Having kids is supposed to be, because there was a time I told somebody, I was like, I don't want to get married, I'll have kids. They will not ask me, "Wait, what will not be your life accomplishment?" I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Are you telling me that having a husband, having kids define and determines who I am as a person? As if God did
Mm.
not create me to be me. You get what I'm saying? These are
Mm-hmm.
these are these are societal issues that needs to be talked about that people don't talk about. Okay, I'm done talking.
You know what, yeah, Queen, thank you so much. I mean, the one that even beats me the most is when you're over 30 and people are like, you want to waste all your eggs. Why don't you give birth when you're in your early 20s? I'm like, okay, so when I'm in university and I'm trying to figure out my identity and my life, I'll now start getting pregnant so that when I'm 40, my child is like 20 years. Like, onto what goal, you know? I mean, this day, when I see women who are in their 40s, you know, now finally deciding that, okay, this is the time I am ready to have a child. Honestly, I'm super excited for those women. I'm so excited for them because at least at that point in time, they now know that they are mentally and emotionally available and ready
That's
for that
true.
kind of
That is
responsibility.
that is
Yeah.
very true. But what I need you to understand also is that unfortunately, every female has an expiration date on when they can have kids. We're not like men. You get what I'm saying? I
Hmm.
always tell females, because apart from being a therapist, I'm actually like, I study science, biology. I have degrees and everything. I actually wanted to be a doctor. It was after I realized that your journey go long. I was just like, God will punish you and do medicine. But what I'm trying to say is that sometimes I hate the fact that I hate being a female. I wish I was a male, to be honest with you, because I feel like male sometimes they have so much leeway in life and it's not fair compared to what females. Like, females sometimes I that's why I tell females you need to do like fertility tests and stuff like that, because there's some women that their body just go into menopause very early than others. I know some women that started menopause at 40. So now imagine if that 40-year-old says, "Oh, I want to have kids at 40." And she had menopause at 40. She not gonna ever born. She would have to adopt or do something. You get what I'm saying? But
Hmm.
I always tell people, because that's why I always tell people, I'm 27 now. I feel like I give myself a good 12 years. If 12 years I don't have any kids, I'm fine. That means pay market don't close. It will never happen. But I feel like females also have to be. I feel like as a female, it's hard being a female, and I'm gonna be honest. Which is why with Safi, I was kind of angry at her statements, but I kind of was understanding because
Queen. Okay.
to accomplish.
Please
I wanted
continue,
to,
please.
I wanted my income to be, before I'm 30, I want my income to be at least $500,000. I have a big ambition. I'm a very go-getter girl. My ambition did not include a man or kids, but I have my mother and family members, all the aunties, are in my back of my mind saying, Lade, you're not getting younger. You're not getting younger. You're not getting young. You get what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
this is the reality that they're saying, because by the time I'm 35, I'll look around, there's no husband and kids. I have to ask myself, do I really give a damn, or is it important to me? So as a woman is trying to be ambitious in this world that is a male dominated world, she also has to think about, does she want all the good things in life, like kids and husband and all those things? So it's big pressure. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a big
It's
pressure. Most of the time, these days, I don't even pick up my mother's phone call. I just send her to voice because you're going to frustrate me. But at the same time, it's the reality of a lot of females. A lot of females are getting married to guys that they don't want because of pressure. They're having kids that they don't really want because of pressure. Society has made it seem like the worth of a female, the greatest accomplishment of her life, is kids and a husband.
yeah.
And it's
It's
a big
exhausting.
issue. It's exhausting.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
exhausting
It is.
because now you have people that are like 31, 32. I have friends that are like 31, 32. They're always praying and crying about husband. And I'm just like, what are you crying for? You are a successful babe. You're a medical doctor. Your income is 400,000 a year. You can travel and do whatever you please. But nobody cares about all of those things because she's not married.
Mm.
It's a
And then there was
problem.
the headache that comes with marriage than the headache that comes with being
Yes,
single.
and then her mothers are sending pastors and doctors our way to be praying for us. And I'm just like, Thunder will fire all of you respectfully, because I don't want to be pressured into, no, to be honest with you, being a woman in this society is exhausting, especially if you're
Mm.
not married or you don't have kids. It's exhausting because people are looking at you as if you failed in life.
Honestly,
So
it's
I
painful.
understand where Safi is coming from. I understand where she's coming from,
Mm.
but ultimately, I feel like couples need to have this conversation. Like I feel like she was only okay with having one kid. He wants more. She's still gonna have like at least three. I promise you, she's gonna have at least three because her husband
She
looks
has.
like he looks like he has kids, and she knew that she has to do it because he literally gave her a condition. And see, that's another thing. Society, excuse me, likes to have condition. Give me a kid and you'll get the house. That's nonsense.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
nonsense. But that is realistically society. That's how society is. Give me it's like, give me a kid, I'll buy you a new car. It's ridiculous. That's why the term of push gift, I always thought that was ridiculous. You're rewarding me for having a baby. It's like you're buying. You get what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot to say. I have a lot of
oh my
I have a
God.
lot of reservation about a lot of things, especially the Nigerian culture. That culture is crazy to me. But yeah.
I think we should have a separate conversation about this whole push gift and stuff. It's something that I really want to understand because me too, it's weird to me. When I see things like that, I'm just, it's a huge turn off for me, right? So as not to keep watching, waiting, thank you so much, Queen. Thank you so much for
No
bringing
problem.
a lot of knowledge here. Thank you so much.
No
All right, I'm
problem.
just
No
going
problem.
to
Bye.
continue. Bye. Hi, Fortune.
Hi, Glory. I'm back again. I actually
Yes,
just wanted to weigh in a bit on the issue of the surrogacy, and
yes,
I think I actually agree. I did not see a lot of Safa wanting to get pregnant again. I think the way she was so excited that she wasn't pregnant that other time does not give you that person who is eager to even give birth in the 5 years that she's planning. You know,
mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing it. It's almost like even when this baby came, she strikes me as that person that just wanted to be free, to just do
Mm-hmm.
whatever she wants, and I think the parenting of this child is also assisted heavily by all those maids. Did you see the
Yes,
setup of that house? When they eat,
mm-hmm.
someone dishes for you, holding the bowl
Mm-hmm.
and everything. It's clear that they probably have another person just to put the shoes on the child and another for the hair. So I think the only part that's required is the caring. So a
Yes,
person who's used to so much help can easily think that even the caring can be done by somebody else, because
true.
the way she was giving those excuses, it's almost like she wanted to make it look like there's a big problem. And the doctor was like, no, there's no problem. When the doctor
Mm.
said there's no problem, she still found another reason, like the weight and everything.
Yeah.
Look, I'm very naive when it comes to things like that. I've never been pregnant. I never wanted children. So I may not be the right person to speak, but
Mm.
I'm of the view that surrogacy is for people that can't have medically, and unless maybe you really just cannot have. I think that's why it's sort of, that's where it is justified in my world. However, the
Mm.
people that have money have managed to maneuver around maintaining their bodies by using this. But I don't think even if the baby comes via surrogacy, it's like a very welcome gift for Safa.
Mm.
I don't think so. She wants to
Mm.
pursue her career. She just wants to be herself in this little other handbag that she has that she flaunts around with her all the time. That's what I'm sensing. And I think using surrogacy to handle weight is still a very controversial issue right now because people can
Mm.
see you as vain. So what a lot of
Mm.
people do is they just say, I have a problem. They parade the doctor said I can't carry, or the doctor
Mm.
said it will be an ophthalmic pregnancy, or it will be this. So that's how they do it. But the reality is, a lot of people are using surrogacy to manage their weight. They just want to look good
Mm.
and they don't want to stop working because you find that, like Queen was saying, I mean, this whole getting pregnant sometimes does very little for a person's career because you
Mm.
now have to take time out if you're trying to soldier on, like especially in corporate. That's why a lot of women get left behind because you now
Mhm.
have to take in 9 months off of work.
Mm.
And the men are going forward. Their paternity
Mhm.
leave is 2 weeks and maybe 1 month. But in that 1 month, they actually they are not breastfeeding, they are not doing anything. They can just decide, you know what, today I'm going to work, and they'll go to the office and they will leave you at home. So that break that you take out of work, especially for the people in corporate, it takes a lot to
Mhm.
recover because the job is not waiting for you. By the time you get back, even management does not want you because the company has moved along. You are a bottleneck. We have to train you, and things
Mhm.
like that. So the corporate woman is thinking of all those things to think, can I take this break if I still need the job? Which is a job
Mhm.
that they need to sustain themselves just in case the guy leaves, which they are doing a lot of that these days. So that's why a lot of women are considering some of these things to say, I can't take a back seat in my own life so that we can have a baby. So I'm
Mm.
I'm accepting the fact that the option is there for people who want to get paid to carry. A person with money
Mm.
can pay somebody to carry. I think it's a good option, although traditionally it's not been accepted as a
Mm.
career solution or a weight solution yet. But I think that conversation that Safa had is how a lot of these girls that have money are managing it to explain it to their parents or
Mm.
to their husband or to their friends. So
Yeah.
I agree with what a lot of people have said. I don't think she wanted the child, but she also
Mm.
wanted to maneuver her way around it. Yeah.
Mm. Because there's, like we said, with the conversation of pregnancy, carrying the pregnancy, having the child, catering to the child, there's so many things that I feel like our mothers wanted, but because of tradition, because of the norms of the time, they would not have been able to make those demands because we're not in the right position to make such demands. I'll give a for instance. Um, I had a conversation with one of my sisters. So she was never overweight. She was never overweight. She was a solid size 10, beautiful, skin on fleek, hair on fleek. She's got very long hair, and she's very light skinned because my dad was actually light skinned. So my mom is the one that's dark skinned. That's why I'm dark in complexion. So the moment she gave birth to her first child, that was it. She became a solid, is it size 14 or 16? Like she
Wow.
blew up. And why did she blow up? Do you know why she blew up? There's this thing they say they call, is it child control? What's that thing? Family planning. Sorry,
Oh
family
yes,
planning.
yes.
Family planning. So I think the one they put for her, I think they put it in her arm. So I don't know. These are conversations that most mothers don't talk about because they don't want to scare us, the younger ones, from the idea of getting pregnant and having kids of our own. But I had to have this conversation one day with my sister because up until now, she's still struggling with the weight.
No, it sticks like glue.
yeah, like there was a day she now explained it. I said, come, what exactly is the problem? She was like, trust me, if you know what this thing does to me, it makes me feel like an hungry animal. I want to eat something every time. I mean, this is someone that the child is over 9 years old now, right? And she's not breastfeeding anymore. Like she has given birth to the kid she wants and she's done. But she said that family planning thing that it just makes you start blowing up and blowing up and blowing up and blowing up. And I'm like, why is this thing so complicated for us women? And she's not the only person that talked about it. Another, I think my other sister too, she said she tried it and she was blowing up. This was someone too that was a solid size 8 and she was blowing up. She said she had to go and take it off. I'm like, so now how are you coping? These are things that they are not really telling me as well because for them, it's their private marital secret, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So my head is all muddled up and it became shocking to me that a lot of our mothers that have, probably given birth to kids up onto my age, these were things that they actually have to deal with, family planning, and they said that there are different types. But the downside to it is that it messes up with your hormones. You are growing big and you're just messed up. And these are struggles that they think it's actually natural. They think
But
they
it's
must
not.
go through it, you know.
And
They think,
Glory, I
yeah.
like this example because the era that some of our parents grew in, this weight at some point didn't matter. Now we are very conscious of how we look because you want
Mm-hmm,
to look good, you want to grow healthy until you're older. So you want to take care of your body. And if
mm-hmm,
it's happening in an uncontrollable way, you can start thinking like this, to be like, oh my goodness, I can't inject. My sister got that thing. Her weight, she
mm-hmm,
doubled in size uncontrollably, and she got
mm-hmm,
depressed. She had to take it out
mm-hmm.
as well, whatever that thing that they put in her arm. She said she
Yeah.
couldn't keep it. Her weight, even her
Mm-hmm,
neck was growing big. She was developing another thing at the back, like another
mm-hmm,
double neck. The weight was just there. And like you're saying, nobody ever had these conversations with us. And I think now that people sort of know that I can, if I put this, and a lot of people don't want them. So those are
mm-hmm,
some of the repercussions of actually just being a woman. And I don't think it's such a negative thing being a woman, but I think
mm-hmm,
we want to practically manage our womanhood in a way that serves
mm-hmm.
us best. What you want. There are people who don't
Yeah.
care about it, but there are others that do care about exactly this. And Queen said
Mm-hmm,
another thing that is so important, and I hope ladies will pick this up. Have
mm-hmm,
serious conversations with your partner about
yeah.
your intention with your life, whether or not you want children. It's become very normal now to not want kids. If you don't want children, you don't want children. Yes, it can be
Mm-hmm,
seen as something else by the family. The same people that
mm-hmm.
will not help you raise them should not have a say in how many you have.
Exactly.
They shouldn't.
Exactly.
It's a personal decision, and we need to normalize people who don't want to have, who can't have,
Mm-hmm,
whatever the situation may be. A person now, I like that now people are free. In the past, it was hectic, but now I'm older and I don't have children. I've made sure that I educated those people that used to tell
mm-hmm,
me things. And I don't know with you guys. I come
mm-hmm.
from Zimbabwe, right? But I grew up in SA. They will tell you that you were bewitched if you say, I don't want children. And you say,
Imagine.
no, yes. And then when you try to explain, they will say, the bewitching has even got into your brain. You can't
Can you
even
imagine?
explain it to them. So I decided I won't explain it to anybody. I
Crazy.
don't have to
This
explain
is
my life
crazy. I mean,
to anyone because I don't
it's
want children.
crazy.
I'm that person. When a child is close to me, I actually don't even know what to do. I want a child for 2 minutes
Mm,
and I'll give it back to the mother. Even with my sisters and everybody who has children, they know that child cannot sleep in my house. You can give me
mm-hmm,
for a moment and then I give back. That's just who I am. And we need to be very real about that so that we don't give
mm-hmm.
birth to children that we abandon later. That's what
Of
happens
course.
when people abandon children. You
Of
give birth
course.
and you're like, I don't want this thing. And I don't want to be that
Mm-hmm,
person. So I'm managing
mm-hmm.
that. And they say I'm bewitched. Come on. If a person doesn't want, they don't want.
Yeah. I mean, you see, that's one thing I love about this Dubai thing. Like, as I mentioned in my review, that it was conversations like this that really caught my interest about the show because it felt like for the first time, I'm seeing someone that, even though her reading sounds superficial, she actually has her own concerns that she's not afraid or ashamed to talk about as a reason for not wanting another child. Because the truth is, these things are real. You see all those symptoms Safa was complaining about. The truth is, like the husband said, as far as I'm concerned, you had one of the easiest pregnancies ever. He was quantifying her emotions and her struggles during that period in terms of money, finances. Oh, I'm a billionaire. So I probably had 10 people pampering you, giving you a back rub, giving you a foot massage. He was quantifying it in that. But she, her own reason were like, no, you cannot say that because you were not in my body. You did not carry the pregnancy. There's also something called about the mental health of it all, right? How was the whole process affecting her mental health? Was she mentally ready, for that journey? I doubt if she was actually mentally ready. I mean, growing up, I have gone for church services, you know, prayer point. May you have the fruit of the womb, which is a good prayer point, if I'm being honest, yeah. And everyone, the women will shout, Amen. Fruit of the womb. In fact, you will give birth to twins. Guess what? From the same churches, you have seen young girls who got married early, and guess what? I don't know what this problem is called, but the apparently from childbirth, their vagina was torn, and they had to be wearing is it pampers, sanitary pads for the next like 1 month, two
Oh,
months.
I know that thing. I've heard
You know
about it.
that,
Oh my
right?
God.
And do you see, these are so many things that people, it's like a taboo to even talk about it, you know. So when Safa was complaining about this thing, I'm like, finally, this doesn't just say it. I mean, even though she got pregnant later, right? But I was happy she mentioned her struggle because people will say, oh, what's weight loss? You can still go back to the gym. It's not easy to lose 10
Mhm.
pounds. Oh my God. It's not. It's not easy. Ah,
Yeah.
my God.
And I think in their world, the looks matter a lot. So that's why it's such a talking point for her. But
Mm,
yeah, so I think even the husband who could say your pregnancy was easy because it's not the person that has to stand up to turn right on the bed
mm,
because it gets to that when the stomach is so big as well. I think it's
yeah,
very easy for a person looking out. But I'm happy that we had the conversation. And yeah, I think for me, my final submission is just that surrogacy is good. I think people should offer it, and the people that can afford it could do it, And
hmm,
society will have to accept that we are sometimes doing it for non-medical reasons, just because somebody
exactly.
has the money to do it, just like adopting. It's similar. So
Hmm.
if people have the money to do it, people must be able to do it. Thank
Exactly.
you.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Thank you very much, coaching. Thank
you're
you so much.
welcome. Alrighty.
I have Lucia back here, right? I have Lucia back here.
Mhm.
Hi, Lucia.
Yes, thank you for welcoming me back, Glory. I just wanted to. I was so I am enticed by the last speakers. I
Yeah.
like the way, starting with you and
Mm.
the American lady. Who is it? Oh, Queen. Yes, yes.
Yes, Queen.
The way
Yes.
you, Queen, and the one who just spoke now. You are
Coaching. Yeah.
firm and comfortable about your decision of not having a child, which is a good thing. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I always say to people before you get married, I also wish I had that opportunity. Before I get married, you are taken to a premarital counseling. That is where you
Mm-hmm.
will be able to tell the person that before we get married, you must know that I only want one child. Or Glory, yes, I will get married to you, but I don't want any children next to me. You understand?
Yeah.
So that the person can agree to marry you, knowing that, so that to avoid this thing of him marrying me, expecting that I'm going to give him 10 children and only to find that I only want to give two. Even vice
Mm.
versa, even us women, some of us women, let me talk about me. I love children. My wish was to have
Mm.
5, 6. That was my wish. So I
Mm.
love children. But you may be with a person who only wants two. You understand? So
Yeah.
which is reasonable. But then if you got to talk about it before and also check your fertility and everything and all those things, because those things are now available. I'm talking about the generations that we are raising now. We need to assist
Mm.
our children and talk to them about these things. That there is nothing wrong if you don't want to have children. You just want to push your career and be single.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make you a bad person. It's just is what you want, but then don't mislead a person and agree to get married and agree to have children and only must deliver, then you are talking something else. So I always urge people to take that part. Some do it in their churches to go for premarital whatever, and then even if you don't go there as a couple, sometimes going there as a person, and then they will tell you that should you come across a guy, you talk to your psychologist, and then they tell you that if you don't want children, you need to tell a person. If you don't want marriage, you need to do this and this, just to advise you, you can do this and that. Because, for example, me, I'm the only child. I'm the only child. My husband was the only child. So I'm from a very, let me say, my surrounding is very small. So it was not because of that I wanted to have many children. I'm trying to say it was possible, or it was going to be understandable if I did not want more than one child because of my surrounding, where I'm revolving. You get that? But then still, because of the person that I am, it's in my nature. I want to have more kids. And I like what you say about your sister, that when she's pregnant, she said, hey, this thing is making me eat too much. You know, when I'm pregnant, another thing that I like about pregnancy is that when I'm pregnant, I eat freely, not having to worry about weight. Because anyway, people are expecting me to be big. I'm telling you, I eat freely. I eat everything. When you come with something, I said, Lord, oh, bring me some, because I know I don't have to worry. And I'm that mother. I breastfeed my child until my child starts walking, meaning I breastfeed over a year. It's in me. I love doing that. That's what I like. Yes, I breastfeed all my children until they start even talking. When they start walking and I know that my child is now strong, that's when I can stop. It's only that we are now living in this world that we are living in. I think if I lived in the back days, I would have been a happier woman, because I also wanted to be a housewife, to be at home, look at my children, cook, and do everything, and then let him go and make money and come back. You understand? So it's unfortunate with the times that we live in, it's not possible, and that is just who I am. That's how I am. As much as I also understand other people. So it's interesting to know that as people, we can all be women, but then when we dish out our stories, it's all different. And it's my pleasure. It's not the same as you, but we can sit together, drink coffee together, but then we don't experience the same pleasures. And the issue of weight as well is a problem to all of us women after birth. But then I've been lucky because I get to my body, I don't struggle a lot. I do struggle. It's impossible that you won't struggle. I do struggle, but then I don't struggle a lot to get to myself. And then when I get the next pregnancy, I'm already back to my roots, you see. So that's all that I wanted to say. This is very interesting. You must really come up with a show especially for talks like this, where we will come with our different thoughts of schools. Serious, it's interesting to hear how we see things and how we view things and how we like things as human beings.
Yeah. Oh my God. This has been such a rich conversation. I am so happy we had this conversation. Look at now, the network is looking better. After how many hours?
The
Anyways,
village
thank you
people
so
want you
much.
to make a proper
Thank you so
goodbye.
much, Latricia. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. Thank you so much. Oh my God, guys,
Okay.
I don't know if you guys noticed. I changed my chair. The other one was
Yeah.
killing my back. Oh my God. Every time we're done with our 5 hours live stream, I can't even stand. I can't even walk. I literally limp around my house, my apartment rather. So I had to change my chair, and I know it's covering my background decorations. I'm gonna figure that out anytime later. But for now, I'm just so comfortable with this new chair. I'm happy. But really, that aside, this was a very, very rich conversation, and I'm happy we had this conversation. I think moving forward, yeah, um, aside the reality TV shows, we could just come up with conversations like this and have, you know, share our own different perspectives,
Thanks.
right? And
Yeah.
enlighten one another, because I've actually learned a thing or two. And to be very honest, my fear is still there. Maybe one day I'm going to surpass that fear. But hey, this is not to scare any young person out there that's watching this conversation right now about getting pregnant, when it's time for you to get pregnant, and also having your own kids. No, it's your choice. It's something you should do your solid research about and have that conversation with yourself and your partner if it's a journey you want to take on, because it's actually a journey. Once you become a mother, you're a mother forever, even though your kids get married and have their own kids, you are still a mother. So once a mother, always a mother, right? So it's a journey you want to really think through about before you go into it. And why are we even talking about this? It's
Let me
because
let me
of the
let me go
ancient
off the
concept.
stage. Let me go
Oh,
off the
okay,
stage.
okay. Okay, Letitia, thank you. Yes. So we're having this conversation because of it was had in the Netflix show Dubai Bling. So yes, please go ahead and watch the show, guys. There's still other concepts that are coming up. I did not want to give all the spoilers on this live stream because I want those of us that have not had the time to catch up with the show to go ahead and catch up with the show, right? So that when we're talking about it, you that haven't seen it do not seem lost. Okay, so just go ahead and catch up on the show. And once again, I want to thank every single one of you that contributed to today's conversation. For a moment, I was actually kind of skeptical about today's live stream because I was wondering, like, since we're not talking about Big Brother Nigeria, are these people going to come out and talk? So even though we're not really much, I am super excited that we discuss something entirely different today. And we discuss something that's a point of concern for a lot of women out here on here. It's quite sad that we did not have guys, come share their perspective. Hopefully, the next live stream we're going to have guys coming on here as well to share their opinion. All right. So once again, thank you so much, Happy Endings, aka Fortune, aka Sekia. Thank you so much, Queen Omo. Your wealth of knowledge is always, always welcome on here. Thank you so much for sharing your fun personality and your oh my god, you're just a vibe. I'm always excited when you are here. Thank you so much, Queen Omo. Thank you so much, Lutricia. You are also a wealth of knowledge that I cannot miss out on every Saturday when we meet out here to hang out. So thank you so much, Fortune. And yeah, Nutricia, Chigozie. Thank you so much, Chigozie. I'm super excited that you're following the show. Yes, thank you so much. Who else? Yeah, Aisha. Thank you so much, Aisha. Thank you so much for coming on here to share your thoughts about the cast members of the show. Julius Peters. Thank you, Julius Peters. Thank you so, 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 so much. And if I do not remember your name, I'm so sorry. It doesn't make you less important, but thank you so much. And to every single one of you amazing folks in the comment section, Erica, who else? Zamio, yes, Zamio. Thank you so much. There's Grace. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and engaging us in the comment section. You all are the realest MVPs. And that's it. This is where we're gonna end today's live stream. I'll see you guys on another episode of Practice Speaking with Gloria Elijah. We're going to continue with the review of Dubai Blings episode by episode. So far, we've done episode 1 and episode 2 reviews. Yes, I had to deliberately stop for a bit so that a lot of you will catch up with the show. So the next video you're going to see, we're going to be reviewing episode 3 of the show. There's still a lot more coming up, so don't miss out. And that said, once again, have an amazing evening. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and don't forget to pamper yourself this weekend. Enjoy the rest of your evening and bye. Hey, stop right here. Don't go anywhere. You are especially welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Glory Elijah and this right here is Frankly Speaking with Glory. I am the girl with the tea. I give detailed analysis of reality TV shows like Big Brother Nigeria, like Nigerian Idols, like The Voice Nigeria. Basically any reality TV show that actually interests you, it automatically becomes my interest as well. I literally carry off on my head. I give detailed analysis, I give detailed reviews. I run commentaries also because I want us to have fun. I want us to catch cruise. I want us to, vibe to stuff like that. And reality TV shows are not the only kind of content that I put out on my channel. I also do movie reviews. So you see this Glory Elijah of a girl, she's a very, very boring sport. Guys, for real. I am super, super boring. However, whenever I feel like passing my time, just having my own fun, chilling, being in a zen mode, I catch up on movies, which I find very, very interesting or exciting. But also, guys, I love reviewing those annoying ones because, hey, we have to call them out. You cannot come and waste my data. You cannot come and waste my precious time watching some really annoying movies. And I also talk about trending social topics because, of course, this life has to be balanced, okay? It's not all about entertainment and fun all the time. We also need to talk about those serious issues that concerns me, that also concerns you as well. You're about to have a blast on this channel. I also share my life experiences from time to time. Yes, that is when people ask me to talk about it. But if people don't ask me to talk about it, sometimes I do not feel the need to talk about it. I like keeping my private things private. But once again, you are welcome to my YouTube channel, and as I told you before, you are in the right space. Trust me, you will be so addicted to this channel. People are going to be asking you, what's happening with you? Are you okay? And hey, don't forget to turn on post notification, all right? That is the best way for you to always receive alerts of my videos. So you see what I'm doing on my screen right now, just do exactly